Okay, we are live.
Woo!
Woo, 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 woo. Hey,
What's up, guys?
welcome to Geek Talk. This is our very first installment, roundtable discussion about all things geeky and nerdy and mystery boxy and subscription boxy, since that is a huge thing right now. I have some folks with us tonight. Let's go ahead and introduce our special guest for this installment first, Mr. Grumpy Nerd. Go ahead and take us away, Grump.
What's up, guys? Grumpy Nerd. I'm here for the grumpy relief, I guess you could say. Not comic relief, but grumpy relief. So I'm just going to hang back and let these two do their thing. Hopefully you've checked out my channel. If not, please check it out and go ahead and sub me. I don't know. What else do I got to say, Johnny? Anything?
Yeah, just tell us about your channel and where people can find you and what you do.
Mostly, I would say I am Funko Pop oriented. Got a lot of Funko Pops. I've been collecting for probably like 9 months now, so I got a lot. If you can see them behind me here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I do unboxings of Funko Pops. I do unboxings of mystery minis. I've tried a couple action figures. People don't really seem to like that, so. I do collect them though, but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. I am on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, so check me out if you have not. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you, sir. Glad to have you. I think it's very exciting to have Mike here, because he's like a lot of people who's like, I haven't started the boxes yet. I don't like the boxes, so he's going to be a great contrary point of view. Rusty?
UAT, what's up, guys? It is UrAverageTechie and Miss UrAverageTechie's right here. Come on in here real quick.
Hey.
So if Grump is Grump relief, then I have the comic relief right here.
Yep.
But yeah, we're just a cool little YouTube channel where we do a lot of Funko Pops, but we also do sub boxes, and we do really anything that we like that we geek out over. We'll bring it on the channel, and I let this thing loose beside me, and we just go in.
You said this thing. That's just wrong.
Amazing.
You said this thing.
But yeah, you know, we just do what we like to do, and we're honest, and yeah. And we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I just found out about Instagram, but we're all on that stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
Perfect. I am Johnny Tellez, the Hyper Geek. You don't have to go finding me. You are actually on my channel right now, apparently, because that's where this video is going to live. But that's who I am. I am a big nerd, and I do tons of subscription boxes. A little less than a ton right now at the moment, because I am also moving, which is why my background sucks. But I do subscription boxes. I do vlogging. I do show and tells and unboxings, and all that kind of stuff. I've been doing these mystery boxes for about 1.5 years now, so I feel like I got some stuff I could say about them, because people ask me a lot of questions about it. So, howdy, and I hope everybody's doing well. We are now going to get kind of kick-started on our Geek Talk. Just as a brief bit of brief housekeeping, there is, in fact, a live chat going on the YouTube channel. I don't believe it works on mobile, but if you're on your laptop, you can chat with us, and we're going to keep an eye on that feed. We won't be able to kind of live on there because we're going to be living right here, but we'll keep an eye on it, so if you have questions or something like that, feel free to pop them in there, and we'll see if we can get to them. We do have the questions from the Facebook page that we'll be going ahead and keeping on there. And we'll use those, along with our attendees, to announce the winner of the random drawing for the Collectible Geek gift certificate, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But let's go ahead and get ourselves started with the fun stuff. So we have a little bit of an agenda that we wanted to talk about here. And the first thing we wanted to chat about is how it's been relatively recent. It's just over the past, I guess, 1.5 years, maybe over the past 2 years, that these mystery subscription boxes have kind of started popping up. So I wanted to kind of get everybody's thoughts on just kind of the state of the union of subscription boxes and what y'all wanted to say about it. Russ, you want to take it?
Yeah, I can go with it. I know how we feel about it. We feel like, you know, it started out with a couple of really solid companies We'll throw Loot Crate out there, which is the one that I started with. That was my first sub box, was Loot Crate. The December crate with the Joker, Batman. So this one. This is what got me started.
I love that.
And so that's what set the passion for the sub boxes. But it seems, and just like you said, Johnny, over the last 6 to 7, 8 months, you have like these random boxes that are coming out, joining, that kind of muddy the whole sub box genre down. Sort of like the GameStop Vault Drop box that kind of vault and dropped when it came out. So
that was just so sad. I felt bad for you when I saw that.
Oh, honey, don't feel bad because I got our money back. Plus, they gave us another extra $27.
Oh,
So
wow.
thanks, GameStop.
Yeah, I don't think they know that, Johnny. But
I didn't say anything.
but either way, it's like that. Now everybody and their mama thinks that they can throw a sub box out there, and they know what everybody wants, and they just believe that it's going to be amazing. And there's very few that really are hitting where they need to be, and are kind of show outs.
So I started with Loot Crate. I saw a bunch of people get some cool stuff, and I started with Loot Crate. And actually, that's how my channel kind of started, was some minis and stuff, and then I was excited to do the Loot Crate. And yeah, dude, garbage. My first one was terrible. Honestly, I got one of those little monies or whatever. I think I still have it. It's like
I got it somewhere.
Yeah, I got it somewhere. But anyways, it's like them little blank ones or whatever, and it was cool. And then there was like one of those little walking bugs. I forget what it was. Bottom line was, dude, like I saw all these other people getting, like you just showed, that cool pop and stuff. And I understand they're not going to give it every time. They're not going to give you a pop, but it just, to me, it just didn't seem like it was all that cool, man. It was just a bunch of filler garbage. And I did it for 3 months. And the third one, I ended up giving away. I didn't even open it. I watched somebody's unboxing of it, and I knew it was going to be crap, and it was, and I was pissed, so I gave it away. So, for me, I don't know. I just don't. I watch unboxings on YouTube every day. Like all you guys. I watch you guys get those sub boxes, and I watch a bunch of channels get sub boxes, and I still just, every time I'm like, okay, that's maybe all right. That's not cool. That's not cool. Like nothing really gets me where I'm like, oh man, I should have got that box. So I don't know, and I think your wife might agree with me on that one, buddy. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
She said preach it. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody asked in the comments, but why is he grumpy? I think we just saw that. So that was perfect.
Well, because the thing is, like, I don't got a ton of money to sit there and spend on sub boxes every month, So if I'm gonna shell out $30 instead of buying, here's my thing: if I'm gonna buy pops that I want to get, that's one thing. I'd rather go on a hunt and try to find something rare or something different than spend $30 every month and get a bunch of shit that I don't want and be like, okay, this is great, and just throw it in the corner of my room. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, no, I completely agree with you, and I think this is something we're going to talk about a little bit later about, for people who are looking to do subscription boxes or don't know if they want to, that it's for a certain type of person. And there's a lot of people that it's just not for, and they expect that the company is going to make it for them. I think that's just a mistake. So I personally, as y'all I'm sure can guess, love this whole craze. Now, I do know there's a lot that are coming out there that are just like, I just don't get, and there's a few of them that I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to try that one, because they're just not for me, and I don't get where they're coming from, because they haven't really found their niche and how they want to deal with their customers.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I've been doing. I know that the mystery subscription box craze has been very recent, but I have always been a fan of mystery boxes. Like back when I was living in California in Chinatown, you'd go into little like tchotchke shops, and they'd have these little boxes wrapped in newspaper for like $5, and it was nothing but junk and trash inside. But I loved it, and it was awesome just for the surprise element to it. So I think that it's super, super fun what they have out there. But I like that it's interesting because there's a lot of pitfalls where you're going to find those really crappy boxes that you just don't enjoy. And I know that I have a few of those that I can mention and will. But I think that it's cool to have all of them kind of popping up right now because it makes the other companies try harder and it just fuels that competition, which I think is pretty cool right now.
That's a good way to look at it, Johnny. That's a good way to look at it. I haven't thought about it like that.
And I'm not taking away from the mystery thing. Like, that's obviously why I subscribed to the boxes in the first place. Like, I thought it was really a cool idea. But like I said, it seemed to me that all the boxes, like all the major ones, were kind of doing the same thing. They were kind of doing the exact same thing. You're going to get an air freshener. You're going to get a keychain. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, you're
really like the
I'm just saying, dude, it's just like, I mean, I've got one of my air fresheners hanging up right here. Like, I get it, okay? You're going to get an air freshener. You're going to get a keychain. You might get a T-shirt. It's most likely going to be janky. There's some good ones out there. But, dude, am I wrong, though? I mean, seriously, they're all doing the exact same thing, you know? And that's why it's like, I'd rather go out and buy the shit that I want to get than be like, oh, this mystery of this crappy T-shirt that I'll never wear with Super Mario on it, or I don't know.
Here's kind of where it went south. Here's where it went south with me. When you get like 3 months in a row with a novel in it like that thick. I think Loot Crate and Nerd Block did it like 2 months in a row where they put like Kevin Smith had one that was his autobiography or whatever. Then the next month was like the Shaun of the Dead guy had one that was in there. And I was like, man, the box is super heavy. This is going to be amazing. And then I find like a brick in it because they want you to take a book to the bathroom when you read. I guess is the only thing I can think of. But but I mean, yeah.
I like getting books in there, but they're so specialized. Like everybody, like a lot of people don't like to read, which is fine if you don't like to read. But even if you do like to read, it's like a book is a very personal thing. It's not something that just everybody's gonna like the same book by putting it in there. Like I know that we got several of those books. I love the Simon Pegg one, but I'm not interested in the other ones. So yeah.
Well, see, this past the Nerd Block Junior for girls and boys this past month, they had 3 books. 3 books in it.
Seriously.
Wait, but what was the big one? I just want to hear it again.
Oh, what?
It was that stupid Survivor one. What's it called? I don't know. We threw it away.
Oh, I remember it because I was laughing my ass off. I thought that was hilarious.
Shut up, Johnny.
Junior girls version throws in Stranded, the Survivor story?
Yeah, the Jeff Prost Survivor story or whatever.
That thing is really in the trash can right now.
Yeah, and then like they had like a Plants vs. Zombies like graphic novel, and then that book, and then some other book. But there was 3 books: a pen, 3 books, and like a sticker.
It was a magazine.
Oh well, a magazine.
Same thing.
Either way.
So on the chat there, the middle-aged kid, who great channel, you should check him out. He just pointed out something. He said he's digging some of the small, the boxes, the custom boxes from the smaller guys, and I know that he's actually unboxed a couple from this company, and I can't remember what it's called right now, but they're like a husband and wife. What is it?
Custom fan box?
Yeah, no, it's a real small, like a husband and wife.
It's like K&J Fun or something like that.
Oh, J&K stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is awesome.
Now, here's the thing, and I totally agree with him. I know, and I had never either, Johnny, and that's why I noticed it on his channel actually, and that's how I checked it out. But the thing about that is, it's like me and Russ were talking about earlier. Initially, yeah, that's cool because not many people know about it, and I actually talked to them, and their whole thing is they want to keep their stuff like word of mouth, right? So they want me to order it because I watched it on his channel, but they don't. I think ideally they don't want to get super giant because of other issues that arise when you're a small startup and then all of a sudden you blow up and you've got all these orders and you can't put these orders out fast enough or you don't have the money to do it. My point is that that is what happens. So those small boxes, if they stay small, right? So if they stay like limited, then I think they'll always be okay. When you have a giant box like Loot Crate or those boxes, you're gonna get pigeonholed. It's weird. It's like the opposite of what you think would happen, but it really is. You're gonna be pigeonholed because you have to put out mass amounts of stuff. That's why I like the F box, and that's why I try to get the F box every month. People get pissed because it's not a monthly thing, but dude, it's fun. Like, you try to find out when they post it, like, hey, when is it gonna pop up? You get on the website and damn it, it's sold out. And the one time or the two times that you actually score that box, there's a ton of cool shit in there, dude. I mean, pops and minis and awesome stuff. I don't even like Game of Thrones, and that box that I got was amazing. So, I think that's a big thing, is to try to keep it exclusive as much as you can. Otherwise, you're gonna get a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, there's a lot out there that are labor of love. So one thing, middle-aged kid, I didn't even know about that, so I just added it to my watch later queue and subscribed to you. So yay.
It's amazing.
Oh, cool. I got to check that one out. I haven't heard of it. There are a lot of those companies though where you've seen them go from smaller to bigger, and they just kind of collapse in on themselves. Like, I know that My Geeky Goodies has taken a break for the summer. I don't know what that is, but when they first started, their boxes were legit. And then I felt like, and I ended up unsubscribing after a while because I felt like they just started to lose it. Like, they weren't sure what they were doing, and they were starting to do the same thing every month. And they got really confusing and made really weird colored T-shirts and adding in items that had nothing to do with any of it. And now they've taken a break, which is probably for the best. But there's like ones, like, I know that neither of you probably are interested in it, but like my absolute favorite box every single month, which I should probably save for the end, but is Cryptocurium Parcel of Terror. And Jason is one guy. He does it all, so he has to limit the number that he does because it's all handmade. He makes it all just like that. So there's no way you can replicate that.
By the way, Johnny, I do want that box, by the way. I've seen you open 100 times, and I'm jealous of all the handmade and all that mess. I so want the glow-in-the-dark Freddy and Jason, so let's just put that out there. But
that's why that's cool, though, dude. That box is going to stay cool forever because of the fact that you can't mass produce it. And like I said, I think that's where it's gone wrong. And other companies are seeing, like, oh, Loot Crate, they're making tons of money, so they're trying to do boxes too, and they just don't get it, dude. They're just filling it with a bunch of garbage, and so maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key to a sub box, is to keep it super exclusive. And
there's definitely something. Yeah, there's definitely something said for the handmade stuff. Like Johnny gets that all the time. That's the reason why I love watching. Aside from him hopping around and being all excited about everything, that's the reason why I love to watch him, is because he gets cool handmade things. Even when he gets boxes from his viewers or his subs, they all send him like the most unique things.
Oh, and that's what there's no comparing what I get from
no. The last 2 or 3 that you've gotten, Johnny, I was like, what?
Yeah.
But that's the thing that these sub boxes need to keep in mind, is that it has to be unique. When you hit a certain highway and you stay there and we're just cruising and we're not going up or down, there's nothing for us to guess at or be really excited about or maybe be a little bummed about. It kind of, I mean, it's just complacent, and then you don't want that anymore. I mean, a handmade glow-in-the-dark Jason.
Right? That's amazing, dude.
Amazing.
Ridiculous.
I think so I want to ask you guys, because I know that this is probably where you first started the conversation, and I feel like, and the name keeps coming up, but like, can we just talk a second specifically on Loot Crate? Because Grumpy's mentioned it, you've mentioned it, and I kind of think that I feel the opposite of what a lot of people do, because I always see so many complaints going out there, but I feel like they've kind of gone past that, where they're so big they have to do the same thing, to now where they're so big they're actually able to do more unique and awesome stuff. Because I've had my huge fair share of disappointments with Loot Crate, and I think that's indicative of mystery boxes. Like, for a long time last year, I was like, this box is terrible, this box is terrible, I liked this one item. But they have the opportunity to do really unique items that you just don't see everywhere else. Like, the last 2 months have blown me away. So can we just talk about that for a second? Like, what are you guys thinking? Like maybe Grump, like, lately, what do you think about him?
Well, I mean, I get your point, and again, look, I'm not stupid, okay? I know you're not going to get a Funko Pop in every box. I know you're not going to get, and also there's going to be stuff that I don't like. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of Doctor Who, or I'm not a huge fan of, Game of Thrones, and I know a lot of people are. So for them, that's huge, and I get that. And like I said, with that F box at one time, I don't even like Game of Thrones, but I got a ton of cool shit out of the box where I was like, wow, this is really awesome. But my first loot crate was, like I said, a book, a cheesy little poster, like so.
It was the January loot crate.
Yeah, it was. And for me, I guess it's all, it just depends on what you're into. Like if you're into the mystery of getting all this random stuff, then cool, and that makes sense. And I see your point, Johnny. Like they should definitely have. I think they should have one major like loot crate only thing in each box. That's not. I'm not talking about a loot crate only keychain, dude. I'm talking about something like that Joker pop, right? Like something, a vinyl or a, I don't even know, like who knows what, but something that is only to loot crate and you can only get from them, that makes it like you every month you look towards. It's not a T-shirt or anything like that, but just something that you look forward to every month. Like, can't wait to get my loot crate only thing that only I get, or only the people that sub get. But like I said, I understand that there's gonna be things and themes that I don't really like, but I wasn't even grading it on that. Like I was just grading it on the quality of the stuff that I got, and I just felt like, for me, like I just $30 or whatever it is, $25. I just didn't feel like I got, like I could go into Hot Topic and get like a bunch of crap for $25 and probably like it more.
That's the really tough part for you specifically, is because you're in Canada, so you have to pay extra shipping. But like for like US, it's like $18. And that's like, for me, what is so cool about it. Like I get like a lot of the items that you get in there, like a single item in there could cost me like I could see like the Q Pop that came this month was like, I could see that going for like $15. In fact, it is like 16 on Amazon. So that's like perfect for me. But the other thing about it is you can see how they save up for certain months to keep the allure going throughout the year.
That's what pisses me off, though.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's the same thing.
That sucks.
That's the same thing with me, guys. Like the Q Pop, I saw everybody unboxing it, and I was like, why not me? Why can't I have the Q Pop? Because that's something cool. That's something unique and different. And up till San Diego Comic-Con, really nobody knew what Q Pop was. Entertainment Earth had them up for a while, the Ghostbusters Q Pops, but nobody really knew what they were. But just taking like, and I'm on Grump's side on this one as well. If they're saving up, they go way too far in between saving up on these things.
I agree.
To keep me interested. So you go from December having pretty much one of the coolest pops, honestly, to what now? Because there hasn't been, except for the last 2 months, there really hasn't been anything super exclusive and interesting in that box to make me want to go back. But I seen this month's and I was like, why? Like, why didn't I know about the Q Pop? Although I can still get that anywhere else. That is not exclusive. So, and I'm not sure what your definition of exclusive is or my definition of exclusive is, but it doesn't seem to be the same as what the company's definition of exclusive is either.
Well, going along with that, the saving up thing, see, that's bullshit. Because to me, I'm pretty sure I saw the one with the Joker Batman crossover pop, and I subscribed, right? So I was right in the middle of the saving up, dude. I got 3 shit boxes in a row. So then I wasted my money. I got pissed off, and I cut it, right? And then what happens? Like the next box probably was cool. I don't even know.
Probably. Yeah.
So I think that's shitty, dude. If you're gonna do it, like, I mean, I get it. It makes sense. So probably their subs dropped off, so they didn't know what to do. So they, made this huge box that everybody was going crazy about. They got a bunch of new subs. They started throwing a bunch of fillers in there. Then their subs dropped off, and then bang, they hit them with another big one. I mean, it makes sense, but it's a terrible way to do business, dude. To me.
Well, we're gonna talk about it a little further because it's a different box, but it sort of falls along in line in the same as kind of saving up. Comic-Con box. You have your first box.
Oh God.
Your first box
You're getting
was.
all pissed off. Watch.
Hold on. Yeah, watch the veins, because this is going good. I'm going to get nerdy on you. I mean, grumpy on y'all in a minute. Hold on. So, the first box was okay, but you get, like, what was it? The first box was okay. The second box.
It wasn't okay.
It wasn't amazing. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible. I've had worse boxes, Johnny. Trust me, you've seen them.
Yes, I know.
But so the second one comes, and you give me a plushy mustache, and expect me to be okay with that because I gave you money to not get a plushy mustache. Then you come with the third box, and people get the plushy mustache again with recycled prints, recycled from the first and second boxes. You're only 3 boxes deep, and now you're saying, hold on, guys. After I unsubscribe, you're going to go, now we're going to give y'all a pop from 4 different genres, and we're going out, we're going to get, like, exclusive pops, things that people really want. We're going to put in the box now.
They didn't say exclusive, did they? No, these are like old standard ones that have been out forever, like the Alien Pop, and then like Marvel.
No, they said some will be exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusives, and they're going to go out and look for the most hard to find and most wanted. That is freaking bull crap. Y'all people are going to buy box number 4 and get pissed.
Yeah, you're going to get like, man, I don't even know. You're going to get Avenger Pops.
Age of Ultron Pops, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because if they say Marvel, that covers everything. So everything you see in GameStop and Hot Topic, hey, that's going to be in your box.
Yep.
But listen, in defense of, and this is funny for me, but in defense of these boxes, okay? Listen. So let's just say that you are a subscription box, and let's just say I'm a subscription box, okay? And I'm gonna build up a box, and I'm gonna say, hey, they're gonna get exclusive, or you're gonna get Marvel stuff in it. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna give you the first Iron Man or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna give you the shit that's at every store, dude. At Walmart, at frickin' whatever, dude. I'm gonna give you the Age of Ultron Avengers Pops because it's gonna be cheaper for me. It's gonna be easier to find, and that's what pisses me off about these boxes. Because of course they would. I mean, of course they would.
Here's the other side to that, though. You're not going to go out and say, guys, would y'all like this in your box? Do you want this in your box? How many likes to get this signed print in your box? Or this really awesome statue in your box? You're not saying that. You're going, right off the bat, you're getting Age of Ultron. That's just what's going to happen.
I mean, no, but
on their post every single day, they post something saying, this is what, do y'all want this? And it's super awesome. People are like, yeah, let's do it. I want a signed Hulk, and I want a signed Green Power Ranger. I want all that mess. Let's do that, man. Comic-Con box is amazing. And then you get, like, freaking plushy mustaches.
Dude, okay, so you are coming from a place where you're a little bitter about that box, and I get it. Dude, I'm just saying, I get it.
It's our most favorite box ever.
No, I watched that video.
I wouldn't expect those items to show up, but I think that they just play a weird marketing game with it, like you're saying.
They do.
It is the way that they talk about the items that they go in, but it wouldn't be so strange if they went with similar caliber items, just maybe not like exclusive ones. But what I have trouble with them doing is they say, you know, oh, we're gonna do all this cool stuff, but then it's like the little T-Rex guy when they're actually, you know, that's they put in there, and the Ant-Boy DVD, which was weird in the last one. I
thought you would have liked that, Johnny.
It's an amazing movie. Y'all need to watch it.
No. I thought that was strange, but like I just don't think that. So this is a company where I just don't think they've found their niche. That's what I was talking about before. Is they want to be everything to everyone, so they want to jam a lot of stuff in there, and maybe it doesn't all make sense because they feel like people just want to get a bunch of stuff. But I don't see it, and maybe they don't understand the expectations that their customers have for them. So I'm not a fan of that one.
And speaking on their behalf, and I'm gonna just give them the benefit of that on this one. When you come out with a box that is Comic-Con box, people have such huge expectations because we know what Comic-Con is. Any Comic-Con you go to is just wild, crazy. You get like the exclusive of exclusives, and everybody goes crazy of it. And most people are going to think San Diego Comic-Con, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny, Wizard World has nothing to do with San Diego, right?
Correct. Yeah, they do their own Wizard World Comic-Cons. But here is one thing. So I had a little section. I don't even care about the agenda. Here's one thing I want to say right now that it was something I was going to get to later. For if you want to be happy in the mystery subscription box game, I'm very happy in it. Obviously. Even if I like don't like a box, I'm happy. Who cares? If you want to be happy in this, throw your expectations out the window. You cannot expect the world from these boxes. These are companies. So even when we're talking about Loot Crate and maybe they're waiting to do a bigger one, they have to save up for those pieces because it's a cost of goods measure, right? So they're buying these things wholesale. They'll probably spend a little bit more because they get some items that are made exclusive for them. They have to go into the design of it. They have to pay the people to box it. They have to pay the people to ship it. And for $18, you're getting something that really retail value. You are getting 2 to 3 times your value, and they're the only box that gets that high. But these companies have to make a profit in order to keep going. So it's not going to be, 18 of these awesome, amazing things in the box. It's going to be 1 or 2 really cool things, and then a couple of really small things you probably won't like. So I think we would all love to have all that stuff, but the expectations, it just has to be like, I expect to get something fun, and I'm going to enjoy opening it, and maybe there'll be 1 or 2 really cool items, and the rest is a plus kind of a thing. That's how I live.
You know what, Johnny, that's a great way to look at it, and I totally agree, dude. On that same thing, though, maybe the format of monthly isn't the way to go because look at the Marvel Collector Core boxes. Okay, I haven't subscribed to it yet because I'm whatever. But every single one that I've seen has been pretty freaking awesome, dude. And they're what, like every 2 months?
Yeah,
they're
every 2
months.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe that's the way, instead of saving up and all that crap, maybe that's the way you can go about it in a different way. So yeah, it's gonna be a whole month that you skip, but you're instead of giving people a bunch of filler crap, you're saving up that extra month to give them something better. I don't know. I mean, because they're killing it, dude. They're knocking it out of the park.
That's the thing. See, they came out and they changed the game. We're not going to do it monthly. We're going to give you every 2 months, and we're just going to bust your head wide open with like the craziest exclusives, all exclusives, no fluff, and just kill you. Now, I have stuff to say about the last box because my box was all screwed up or whatever. But MCC as a whole is the best box, hands down, the best box. When you're looking for that type of stuff, when you're looking for that exclusive pop or that exclusive Funko item. Now, if we're talking about all genres across, some people will disagree with that. But if you're a Funko fanatic or you're a Marvel fanboy or whatever it is, that box is going to be the pinnacle because you can't get any better. I mean, come on, honestly, what pop do you know right now that you can say really beats the Hulkbuster that they came out with the first one? I mean, that Hulkbuster was amazing.
Oh, fantastic, yeah. I hated the second box, but the Hulkbuster was fantastic.
Yeah, the second box pissed me off. Y'all saw it. I was like about in tears because my box was shredded. But no, it's not.
About? Did you cry? Did you cry?
No, I did.
He called me crying.
I did pause the video and like kick the camera and throw a chair. But no, I mean, things happen. Now, the stuff that they came out with, we'll go in with later. But anyway, but as a whole, that box is amazing. That box is always top notch, and you know what you're going to get. You're never going to get any fluff. And for them to do that, they're able to, like Johnny said, if they do it every 2 months, then they can save up and they can come up with an amazing box. And they're the first ones to do it, and they made that lane for themselves, and that is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think that is maybe the format for other people. And Johnny likes those boxes once a month. He always likes them. For the most part, I mean, it seems like he does.
I don't always like. There are items, and then it seems like I like everything because I'm always happy.
No, but
yeah.
Yeah,
but
I can see Johnny.
It's because of his attitude towards it, though, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see Johnny laughing while he's crying. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, and that's
so creepy.
That's awesome. That's why we love Johnny, because Johnny is the hyper geek. He is the guy that is like a Chihuahua puppy, just like, you know what I mean? Like, we love that. We love that.
He just called you a dog.
Yeah, he's like the opposite of you, dude, for real. Like the opposite.
I like it.
You are, dude.
And that's why we like you, Grump, is because we get that complete opposite. And people don't want the same thing. We're looking for that unique, different opinion. And if I wanted somebody to tell me super happy things, and though Johnny doesn't, Johnny will tell you when he don't like something. It's just with a huge smile on his face. So, and that, I mean, I like that he's still being honest. But if I'm getting somebody that, again, is telling me every time that they love something, even when we see that that mess is trash, how am I supposed to subscribe to that person and want to watch that? That to me is no integrity. That has no base for me to want to keep coming back. So.
No, I agree, dude. And it's funny because that's exactly why I watch Johnny, because I'm like, damn, man, like this dude's just like so excited and like it's great. And actually, it's funny, Johnny. I sent one of your videos, your recent ones, to one of my friends. Because I was dying, dude. You were it was when that box from your buddy Billy, and
yes.
With the minis or whatever, and like you said something about my channel, and the way you said like Grumpy Nation was so funny, dude. And so
yeah.
I sent it to him just to like see that part or whatever, and like he didn't send me a response right away, and I'm like, yo, I was just trying to show you that one part. It's pretty funny, and he's like, yeah, but the dude's so like excitable, like I can't turn it off. You know what I mean? And that's dude, that's funny though. Like that's cool because the thing is, it's honest. You can tell that it's honest. And so when people open these boxes, and you know that it's not, I mean, dude, there's no way that everybody likes somebody likes every single thing that comes out.
It's not genuine. It's not genuine.
I love everything and everyone.
Do you? I think you're the opposite of that. You don't like nothing.
Speaking,
I like you.
Speaking of hashtag Grumpy Nation, she will bump into me like hockey check me in the kitchen and just scream hashtag Grumpy Nation and just walk off.
I got you, boo.
Oh, that's hilarious. You know why I made it like that? Because I'm a Raider fan, dude, and all these other people and teams and yada yada, they always say something nation. There is no other nation, okay? There's one nation. Well, now there's two, but there's one nation, and that's Raider Nation. And I hate when people say Steeler Nation or Patriot Nation. Ugh. Anyways, aside from the point, Loot Crate Nation, no, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It does not work. So what is the let's get into it. What is the prime format for you guys for a subscription box to succeed in your eyes? Because you know there's gonna be themes that you don't like. You know there's going to be topics and things in it that you don't like. So what do you think would be like the ultimate for you to be like, all right, this is something that I can get behind every single month?
Well, now that's the trick, is it's not every single month. And that's part of the problem in trying to please everybody and be something to everyone. Because I have seen way too many like fantasy themes and way too many Walking Dead themes. Like, oh my god. Just way too many. So it's being locked into that subscription that I think is part of the problem. I love the idea of mystery boxes. I don't love the idea of subscriptions. So like Collectible Geek is one that I love because you're not tied in. They announce a theme, you want to get it? Awesome, get it. They announce another theme, you don't want to get it? Don't get it. That's part of it. It just is what it is. You can choose whether or not you want to do like this month they're doing a Super Wholock cache. Love Doctor Who. I like Sherlock. Don't know anything about Supernatural. Not going to get the box. So that is what it is. That makes it very easy for me. And they also have different tiers, which I like. But I do enjoy, I guess we're talking about like what we're looking at as far as boxes is concerned, I really like getting like kind of like the cheaper end boxes because I feel like sometimes they have to try it a little bit harder to fill in with their stuff. The ones that go kind of more mid-range, like 25, 30, are the ones that I find I've been more disappointed with more often than not because they tend to go with just like a couple of higher, like those are the ones where it's going to be blanket, t-shirt, pop, mini, and then like a couple of filler, like a sticker and a piece of candy. And then that just feels boring. I think the smaller ones tend to be a little bit more creative. So
I wholeheartedly agree, Johnny. That's I think that all subscription boxes should be, like he said, they all should be, whether you want it or not. I can't tell you how many times that I got a box, hated it, and was like, I'm not getting that again, and then I didn't go cancel and got the stupid box the next month. So I believe that they all should be get what you want when you want. I believe that if you pick a theme, you need to stick with that theme. There's a lot of people a lot of boxes that will choose a theme and have like 2 things in there that are like dead on that theme, and then you're like, where is like this coming from, this filler item or whatever. Yeah, I mean, to me it just doesn't make sense. If you're going to advertise something as what it is, then it needs to be that. So that's something that I like. I would like, you know, like Collectible Geek. I've seen 100 unboxings from them and liked every one of them. And stupid me, I haven't gotten one yet. So that is something that is in the near future for us on our channel. But yeah, that type of format where we're able to go pick what we like, and they even have an all Funko box, if I'm not mistaken, right, Johnny?
I'm not sure if they've continued doing that or if they now just have the 2 caches, but they were doing a Funko pack and a Deluxe cache, and then you get the I Want It All, which has both of those boxes put together plus an extra item. So it's just cool that you can have those choices, yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you say with the middle tier boxes, because that's the problem that we've had. 1UP box and Super Geek box is pretty much awesome across the board, and that's the 2 cheapest boxes, if I'm not mistaken. So then you get, you know, Nerd Block, which will let you down sometimes. Loot Crate has done me and Grumpy that way, where you know we don't even subscribe. So it's the middle tier boxes where I know Johnny, I know.
Oh, don't worry, you do that.
It's the middle tier boxes. I mean, again, Comic-Con box. We got a plushie mustache. I've never received a plushie mustache in 1UP box. Ever. I'm going back to it, Grumpy. I will end up wearing it by the end of the night so you can see it.
The plushie mustache is the bane of his existence, dude. He cannot let it go. The fucking plushie mustache, dude. I'm sorry, but this shit is hilarious. Like,
you can't make that up, dude.
I get it, bro. I get it. But you should have worn it because it is like eating at your soul, dude. This plushie mustache. I can't even.
If I find it, it's going on right now.
He wears it around the house.
No, I don't.
He should wear it around the house. It's eating at him. He hates it so much. It's hilarious. I can't even. Dude, I get it though, and that's what makes me laugh about it because I get it.
I had nightmares about it, Grubb. I was sitting there like a plushy mustache, dude, and it wasn't just one color. They have 38 different mustaches that you can get that they want you to collect
and wear out at like team events.
Okay, devil's advocate. I have a plushie mustache, not from Wizard World Comic-Con box.
Guarantee you do, Johnny.
I got it. No, because I didn't get the second one. I got it when they first started the Nerd Block Junior. I tried the boys edition, and they sent one in there, and I was like, that's cute. And I had it, and I put it on. The problem with the plushie mustache is that Wizard World did it 2 months in a row for some people.
Yes.
No, we were talking about that earlier. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I don't mind that it was in the boys Nerd Block because that's for kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a blue plushy mustache, my dudes will run around and bump into walls with that. That's fine. But if I'm buying a Comic-Con box, are you telling me the plushie mustache, they're selling that at their booth at their Wizard World Comic-Cons? There's no way. There's no way that their employees are walking around with blue plushie mustaches on. There's no way.
I'd do it.
Dude, you will never let the plushie mustache go. I gotta say, my wife just got home, so I gotta say hi to her real quick.
Hi.
Sorry. All right. Anyway,
I'll go to my grave with my plushie mustache hanging out through the soil, people.
This plushie mustache is it's taking over your life, bro. Like, you should change your channel's name to the plushie mustache.
That might get the wrong type of viewers.
No, we don't want that type of viewers.
Has anybody seen that movie Clown that was produced by Eli Roth about the guy who finds a clown?
Dude, I just watched that, dude. That shit is... Oh my god, dude. It's messed up.
That's going to be Rusty. That mustache is going to grow on, and he's going to tear off his lip, and it's going to grow right back. It's going to be...
That movie's...
I'm going to get like a big plushie mustache handlebar tattoo. Just...
Dude, that would be amazing.
Now, this is interesting. So, 2 more things on the plushie mustache. 1, it had to have been dirt cheap for them to toss in. So that is what it is. But 2, if y'all don't know Unboxing Rocks, I feel bad for you, but they're in the chat, and they do make a very great point about what they say, is they want you to, like, take pictures with it. That's why everybody has the T-shirts, and they do, like, the hashtag this for a contest. It's another marketing thing for them to do. But I just thought that was interesting.
I understand that. We got in the last, what was it?
Don't you dare touch my glasses.
The last 1-Up box, they did this. You take a picture, you tweet it out. That's cool. I understand that.
That was a good one, yeah.
But it's
you know what?
When you go through each month, I was expecting something that they were, and I'm okay, Johnny. I shouldn't expect anything. I understand that now.
No, it's okay to be disappointed. That's not what I'm saying.
Hindsight is 20/20. When I'm expecting some signed stuff and I get a plushie mustache, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
I can't even get over it. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, cause I obsess over stuff like that and get like super pissed. But like, the thing that you're getting pissed about is so funny that it's just making me... I
don't even know why it bothers me so much, because I would be the guy to walk around with a plushie mustache, but to get that...
You're the kind of guy that would. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand.
Because I watched 18 other people get, like, signed autograph things, and I was like, plushie freaking mustache, where's my sign crap?
It's because I wake him up in the middle of the night wearing it.
I can't, like, honestly, I can't even get over it. It's the funniest thing to me, dude, and I'm not trying to laugh at you because you're so mad.
No, if I can make you laugh at my tears, Grump, I'm good. I'm good. Just, it's all good.
I dwell on stuff and get pissed about stuff, like, to an extreme level sometimes, and, like, so I get it, but it's just the plushie mustache is just, it's funny that is what's, like, your focus of anger is the plushie mustache.
Can I be honest? I don't even remember what else was in the box. It's the freaking plushie mustache.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's amazing. That thing is just, it's haunting your dreams, dude. It's so good. Oh my god.
Oh man, I honestly don't remember. I honestly don't remember what was in that box.
That signed White Walker thing.
I love it.
Anyway, sorry, Johnny. We just took over and just went.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
I love it. I have actually a bit of a giveaway to do. Now we are gonna now have 2 giveaways to do tonight, which is surprising. Yeah, this is a surprise giveaway. So in a little bit we'll have a giveaway from Collectible Geek, which is the one we already announced. But was that? Yeah. Oh, but we are also going to have a giveaway from Don Morton, and now he admins a few different groups on Facebook that I'm a part of. There was one. Yeah, Don's a fantastic guy.
Awesome.
Recently, where he was working with another group to do Funko members giving back, raised a ton of money in a contest to give back, and it was very, very cool. But he let me know that he has an unopened Marvel Collector's Core Ant-Man box.
Oh, wow.
Mars T-shirt to give away.
Wow.
So,
can I enter?
For all of you watching right now, if you want to give away, or if you want to win this giveaway, hey, Rusty?
Yes.
Is your Facebook page open?
I'm on the chats, but yeah, I can get to it.
Open up your UrAverageTechie Facebook page.
Okay.
Do it too, because I'm cool like that.
You are, babes.
I'm already on it. Shit.
See.
We live in the sticks, remember, Grumps?
You said it wasn't the sticks, bro. You said it was the swamps.
And the first person to post a picture to the UrAverageTechie Facebook page, and you have to like the page. You have to like the page and post a picture of a plushy mustache to his page. Will win. So, Rusty, please.
I love you.
Love it. I love it. That is amazing.
Even if not the first, please continue to post pictures of plushy mustaches to the page.
Make sure them pictures are PG-13.
Hey, can I ask? So I need some Grumpy Nation T-shirts out there, and for some reason, UrAverageTechie didn't pick one up, and I'm wondering why. Because it's Raider colors, baby. Raider colors. It looks so sick.
Is that blue and orange?
Oh.
What'd you say? What colors?
Blue and orange.
Are we not going to be friends no more?
But I don't know Raiders. What's that?
They're silver and black and white.
Yeah, they're the best colors ever. So
okay, I can do that.
So we'll get one then. How about that?
It's only like one day left on my Teespring thing. But it looks pretty coll, dude. I made it pretty cool. But
See, I thought you was giving stuff away, and with the way my bank account is set up, I'm not sure that's gonna work.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Hold on. I'm gonna make some. Who did it? Did they do it? I don't see it.
It looks like it is Jay.
Jay.
No, it is not.
Jay? Yes.
Jay with the plushy Jay. Are you serious?
For real? Where is it? I don't see it.
It was Jay, and then Marty, and then Ed.
Oh, you're on the group thing, or are you on your regular page?
Nope, we are on UrAverageTechie's Facebook page.
I don't see it.
Ooh, Ricky Heapwell found a really creepy picture. Good job.
You gotta refresh it.
Yeah.
Yep. Jay found a poop-colored mustache with a little mustache on it. It looks like a piece of poop, but it is a mustache. So.
Okay.
What color ours is too.
Okay, Jay, I might would have been a little more aggravated if mine looked like poop. I'm sorry. But
You mean a little less aggravated?
Alrighty, congrats, Jay. That is awesome. Hey Jay, I'm going to get you in touch with Don Morton. Don, thank you so much. That is super awesome.
That is awesome, dude. Nice score on Jay.
Thank you, Don. You're awesome, man. We love Don. Don's always in the group too, and always liking our posts and stuff. We love Don. Don's amazing.
Wow, that's really cool, man. That's awesome.
Very cool indeed.
Y'all affected my puzzle time.
Wow, Jay, that one's kind of rough, sir.
He's cute.
Dang it, I didn't see it. I gotta look again. Why is my computer?
It's got eyes, dude. It's so weird.
I like it. It's
That's
creepy.
awesome. Let me look.
Look at you.
Why does my computer suck so bad? Ooh, what's that? Hello. Hold
So
on.
I'm going to go back to the event page now because we received a good number of comments or questions
Yeah, let's do it.
that I wanted to kind of go through some of them in here.
We need to get Christina sheets. She said that we have to do that one, Johnny.
Well, let's see if I can find it.
All right, sweets, quit being demanding.
I mean,
Here's one. Maybe value versus content or random fillers that have nothing to do with the themes is what she mentioned. Christina, let me know if that's not the one you're referring to. So I think it's more of a discussion on filler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be filler, right? You can't, like the filler is so dirt cheap for these companies, I'm imagining. From what I know about business and how the cost of goods works and everything like that, the filler has to be so dirt cheap. So people complain about stickers going into boxes. Well, you know what? That sticker cost them 3.5 cents. So it's not like it's going to end up being the worst thing in the world. What bothers me about it is when that filler, when they treat it more like an item.
Yes.
And it takes the place of everything. So without the filler, it's not like they're going to be able to do well, don't give me those 3 stickers. Give me a pocket pop instead. The money just doesn't work out that way. But, as long as the filler, I think, fits the theme, then it's cool. It's going to be in there anyways. I like when they do more unique stuff, and if they make that filler exclusive, that's even better. But that's kind of where I stand on it.
here's a little tidbit, guys. The wholesale price for a pop, whether it is an exclusive pop or not, is just under $6
Yep, makes sense.
for the company. So it's not like they're dropping an amazing amount of money for these pops in these boxes. So if you're taking that in consideration, then why would they not make the filler a little better than what it is? I don't mind stickers, don't get me wrong. If it's on theme, I don't mind stickers. Like, we got stickers in 1UP box this month and Super Geek box, and they were great. So I don't mind stickers.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's do it real quick. What is filler? Because I look at pins, I look at stickers as filler. I look at candy as filler, unless it's like really cool candy in like a collectible tin, because I like that.
Air fresheners.
Air fresheners.
Air fresheners are filler. Yeah.
Lanyards.
What?
Some lanyards are really cool.
Some are real cool.
Yeah.
Do you walk around wearing lanyards though? Like for real? Like do you walk around?
I have a Ninja Turtle one with my camera. Hey, don't judge me, man. Come on, man. Look at my shirt. Do you think
yeah, you're right.
I was seriously about to go, did he really just ask us that, Johnny? Because I'd rock a lanyard right now.
So
all day long.
I have a question. What are plushie mustaches fillers? I don't know.
Yes, hell yes. Yes.
I would say no. I know they're using it as that, but it's an actual item. It is something as crappy as an item as it is. You can't label crappy items fillers. I think because then there has to be like a separation, because then if we can say filler is this, but I liked it over here, it gets too confusing otherwise, because then people say, well, that box is all filler, but it's like, well, it really wasn't, and I like those items. It's hard to say.
Well, see, that box though, Johnny, if you're taking that box into consideration, because they are so with the name and with what they're trying to do, they're pigeonholing themselves to great Comic-Con stuff. There's not people buying plushie mustaches at Comic-Con. That was filler. I'm sorry.
So
you're telling me there's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive plushie mustaches?
No, I'm saying that in a box.
No.
That's what it would be. Okay, we're never mentioning mustaches with you.
Wait, hold on. Because Jay from Unboxing Rocks just started the greatest hashtag of all time, and I'm pretty much going to use it in every video.
No.
It's Rustache. How amazing is that?
Dude, I'm down with that.
Hilarious, dude. Oh my god, Rustache.
Jay, I love you, man.
Let's look at this though, because let's say a box. Let's say they send you a pop, right? And you're saying it's just under $6. Let's call it $6 to be easy, right? And then we also have other items, because nobody sends just a pop, right? So let's say with the other items included, maybe there's a T-shirt, maybe there's a print, a mystery mini, something like that. I think it's fair to say that there's probably another at least $5 worth of stuff in there, because if there's not a T-shirt, and I'm counting that without a T-shirt, because usually in a lot of the boxes, if you don't get a pop, you do get a T-shirt, things like that. In the boxes that you do get a T-shirt, we'll probably say cost on the other items outside of the pop is maybe $8. So right now we're looking at about $11 to $14 worth of wholesale purchaser price. So on the low end at $11, that's probably for your boxes that cost you less than $20. On your higher end, maybe the ones that the product value is $15, those are probably the ones that cost you $25 or $30. Plus they have to add in shipping, which for them is lower because they're doing it en masse. So that's looking like, instead of maybe a $5 shipping, maybe it's a $3 shipping, something like that. Then they have to add in the labor for people to do in there, which is probably about a 20% cost of the box. Then they have to add in the marketing and stuff like that. I just think that it's tough to say we're going to get everything in there, because by the time you add it all together, like an $18 cost box, if 11 of it is product, which makes about the right amount of sense for that, their margin's probably very, very slim. So they're probably making $1.80 off of that. If I'm looking at it from the perspective, it's part of what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. That definitely makes sense from the company standpoint. That makes perfect sense. But does the company, or can the company in reality expect its average consumer or customer to know all that, or expect that all that is happening in the background and they just got to know that's how it is? I mean, we do, because
no, absolutely not. Yeah, but that's again part of what I say is managing your expectations. That's part of the great thing about having these unboxings out there is it's not fun. You know, it's not just to see me act, you know, a 31-year-old act like a 7-year-old, which is entertaining. Keep watching me. But
all day.
but it's also like, let's see what's in the boxes. This is my opinion. Let's get your opinion. You can make your own decisions on whether or not you like it. So whereas some people may not like what's in all the boxes, grump, and people may love what's in the boxes. I wouldn't say me because I don't like some of it, but you know what I mean. You can view that for yourself and be somewhere okay with that. And of course the companies are going to hype themselves up because they're trying to make their way through it. I mean, who's ever gotten a Big Mac that looks like a Big Mac in the picture?
Right. Look it. You know what? I got to be honest, dude. The way you broke it down makes a lot of sense to me, and I've never thought at any time with any of the subscription boxes, like, I get the business side of it. I understand what is going to make money and what's not. They can't give you, you know, $60, $70 worth of shit for $30 or $25 a month. It's just not. It's not feasible, dude. It's not going to happen. And I totally get that. So my thing is, it's basically up to what you're into as far as how deep your nerd goes, right? So does it go all the way to a plushy mustache? Maybe. Maybe somebody goes to a plushy mustache, and that's like their thing, right?
So I guess my nerd is just above a plushy mustache.
Above the plushy mustache. But my point is, let's say I'm a huge, gigantic Spider-Man fan, okay? No matter what, I will buy every single thing I can find, whether it's at a dollar store mug to whatever. So my Spider-Man, you know, air freshener, hey, that's cool because I love Spider-Man, so that's awesome. So I get that whole thing, and I understand that they have to make some profit off of it, otherwise there's no point to it. And all that stuff makes sense to me, and that's why, honestly, for me, it's not worth it. Because I would rather go find the stuff myself that I like, and, you know, like I said, Game of Thrones, nah. Doctor Who, meh, not really a fan. So I know that there's a big chance, because it's a huge thing, that that's going to be one of the themes in one of the 50 boxes that are out there. So it's up to me. Do I want to be okay with that and be like, well, you know, I'm okay with maybe getting some Doctor Who shit, or be like, no, I don't want to get it. And that's, you know, it makes sense. I totally get it.
And that's what's really cool about the channels that we have, is when and I'm not talking about just my channel. I'm talking about Johnny. I'm talking about Grump. I'm talking about Beardy and Unboxing Rocks and these channels. These are not necessarily just for the fun of it. They're also extremely informative, because there are a lot of people like Grump who are watching this going, nah, that's not for me. And then there's a lot of people that come to watch it that say, yeah, that's not for me, but it's very cool to watch them unbox stuff. And then there's a lot of people coming to see it going, I heard about it, let's see what it's like, so we can go and maybe make that purchase for the next month to get that box. So we do have a lot of entertainment value to our stuff. Like, my wife is crazy, and she needs a straitjacket half the time. But
Your mama.
But it's also at the same time, oh, wow, like that. Okay. At the same time, it's also informative, because we're giving people that information, whether they want to decide to have it or, like Grump, it's just not worth it. And see, Grump, my wife is exactly like you. She doesn't believe that. I mean, she thinks that, you know, we're spending $30 a month roughly on an average box. We can take $30 and get 3 pops we want, instead of getting filler or plushy mustaches that we don't want. So and I'm done with it. But
No,
you know,
you're
she's
not.
the same exact. She's just like you, and I'm Johnny on the other end. Like, no, but we gotta have them. We gotta have them.
Yeah,
So,
and I've done the same thing. Like there are boxes that like I know I'm just not gonna get, and there are boxes that I waited on. Like when I first started doing those unboxings, one of the first people that I found was Anthony Rapino, and I've said that a million times. And seeing his box of Dread unboxings, and the first couple that he did, I was like, I don't know that I'm that into it. But then I saw that they started doing other things, and he was showing those off, and I was like, yep, definitely got to get it, and I've loved them ever since. And I hear from other people who get them, and they're like, yeah, it's just not for me. I don't like that they do this. I'm like, well, it's what they do, so don't get it if you don't like it, you know. But understand what you're getting into, and watch the videos and stuff like that. For some reason, it came to mind for me. I think it was because, Mike, when you were talking about how, well, I know if I don't like that, and if I don't like that, it's going to show up. On the other end, I would say do not ever jump into a box just because you like one of the things mentioned.
Oh, of course, of course.
Because I cannot tell you how often I hear people complain about that damn Ghostbusters door hanger from Loot Crate last year, and I laugh my ass off when people complain about it. I'm like, they also mentioned like 20 other properties. And you know what? In that very same box, we got the very awesome Joker Batman. So why would you be complaining about these things? There were some really cool things in that box, and you're complaining about the one thing that you shouldn't have subscribed for. That's the only thing I can think about. I just think it's so funny.
I loved that door hanger, though, by the way.
I still have it hanging up. That thing's great. Because I didn't have it.
Johnny, mine didn't even go on the door. I literally put it back in the box like to save it so it didn't get bent.
You're weirdo for that, but whatever.
Well, I'm very OCD. Like all my stuff, that's why I like cried when my stupid unmasked Ant-Man was crushed. Just how it is, and I get freaking.
That was a pretty funny video.
I laugh.
I love that you just think everything's funny when my pain is so deep.
It's not that. It's just that I am so bitter about everything, dude. So when other people join me in bitterness, it makes me happy, dude. Is that wrong? Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, that's amazing. Johnny's cackling behind you about falling out of his seat.
I think this is all hilarious. You know, I'm happy all the time, and I just find other people's pain hilarious, apparently. So,
y'all enjoyed that pain because that pain was severe.
I will be right back.
That was an amazing way to get out of a chair, by the way.
I'm the whole in, dude. I can't help it.
Wow, where did he? Yeah, okay.
He climbed out. He climbed out like he was climbing out of a manhole. It was crazy.
I'm going back here through here.
I'm trying to get to my daggum. There it is. Okay. What's up, Pop Hunter SC? I see you, brother.
So I am while he's not here, since you got the Marvel Collector Core the past 2 months, I gotta be honest, I'm actually on the fence about the third one. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not.
Well, it's really a very, very. They went from Avengers where they could have so much stuff that they could put in there, because you have multiple characters.
Sure.
So the Avengers was. You know, everybody was waiting for that one, especially when they let out that the Hulkbuster was coming.
The Hulkbuster, the big thing. Yeah.
So the second box, what kind of did it for the second box was they picked Ant-Man, which literally has 2 characters.
Right.
So I mean, you either have Yellow Jacket or you have Ant-Man. That's it. So they come out with like the blackout Ant-Man and all that, and we get it. That you had to try to do different forms of things, but. With this next one coming up, it's extremely broad. I mean, they could have hundreds of characters.
Yeah. And I wasn't so concerned with the character choice, because I like Ant-Man and I thought that was cool. I have a lot of Ant-Man, like old school Ant-Man toys and stuff. I have one of my favorite action figures is this old school Ant-Man where the arms and legs extend. Because it's real big, it's ridiculous. So I have that, but I liked that. But it was more the execution for me. They really just seemed for me to phone it in. And I know that you felt that way just based off of the customer service and how the boxes were treated. We went from this amazing box, this super awesome box, which with the T-shirt and the Hulkbuster and the Dorbs was freaking fantastic. Let's be honest, that box has filler. I enjoy the filler, but it's still filler. Pin and patch filler. So that's in there, and I enjoy it. And like I said, I like filler as long as it's cool filler. So I enjoyed that, but I felt like they really went way crazy out there, and then they said, oh, we have everybody out here that loves us, not so interested about the second box, and they just let us down because I didn't like the pop. And again, this is all personal preference, right? And that's how these things are treated. It's all personal preference. It's not about the company because there's a ton of people who loved that box. But from my personal preference, is I don't like unmasked pops. I felt like that was kind of lame when the other pops were so much more interesting in detail. Like, why give Amazon the glow in the dark exclusive? Why not keep that for yourselves at Marvel?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and then the number 5 comic, and it's the T-shirt just let me down. I don't know. I'm just on the fence about it.
No, I completely agree with you. Here's the thing, which again, you're kind of playing devil's advocate because you know that the company is going to save money where they can. So the pop, although it is unmasked Ant-Man, it's really unmasked Hawkeye because they take the Ant-Man body, and that is Hawkeye's head.
Right.
With darker hair, and they put it on the pop. The same thing with the mystery
for the mini too, right? The unmasked mini.
The exact same thing for the mystery mini is the Hawkeye head. So they're just replenishing the same molds and just changing the color on it and calling it something different, which is fine because you can't really expect the company to come out with unique molds every time. But
I don't know why. I mean, they do 1,000,001 different pops, and if they're gonna go full head on with their own box where Marvel and Funko are doing it together.
Yeah, and you would think you're doing it every 2 months, so you're going to give us that bang for our buck. Why not have a unique mold? But here's another thing. If you just stated it's Funko and Marvel. It is Funko and Marvel. We should have the tip-top best Funko. Sure. And Marvel should give us number 1s bagged and boarded. How do you have a comic from Marvel, no bag, no board, and it's a number 5?
So you'll buy 1 through 4.
Which is understandable, but I'm not going to buy 1 through 4.
Not understandable.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the pop. Okay, the unmasked is really big right now for some reason. And then, like that's one of their, things they're getting into. And then the little minis that are with the regular size pops, that's something that Funko's starting to get into. So why not take and do an unmasked with a mini? That was their thinking. Now it was wrong, in my opinion. They could have done, because they are doing the rides and stuff, they could have done something amazing with a ride that had something to do with the movie. The T-shirt could have been amazing. The minis, they could have been better.
I love the minis. I actually have nothing bad to say about the minis. The minis.
See, I don't either, but she does, and that's the balance on our channel is we do have that grump effect, and then
I do like the fact that they did the minis as exclusive to the box as of right now. I like that because, that makes those 2 minis feel special to us.
Yeah,
and
I do like that.
Like the comic, I understand they give you a 5, wanting to make you go out and spend money, for 1 through 4, but still it sucks. And the packaging and stuff sucked. Our box came in pristine, and for the stuff inside of it, the pop box inside of it, to look like that, they gave somebody the pink slip before they put the boxes in the box.
Yeah, and that guy just went through kicking every pop box that he could, just putting his foot through the whole window in the front. But
see, I don't get that. Like, so that happened before it got put in the box? I mean, it had to have, right?
It had to have. If you look at everything else, the mystery minis, for me at least, and for most of the ones that I saw, the unboxings that I saw, the mystery minis were not crushed. And then, but every single pop, I'm talking about, I didn't see one. Maybe Jay and Mix got one that didn't have a bad box, but that's the only one I saw.
Well, even Johnny. Even the comic that wasn't, bagged and boarded was in perfect condition.
Yeah.
So how, if you jacked up a box how does the comic book arrive perfectly?
Well, was the box jacked up at all? I don't remember.
No,
It wasn't,
not at
right?
all.
It was fine. Yeah.
Not at all.
See, now that's just some dude that just hates his job, dude. He's just like, you know what?
He got fired and he was like, screw this, and he just started tumbling pallets over, and yeah, no. And then they came out with like this excuse that is sorry, we're very sorry, guys. Things happened during shipping, and no, the boxes were fine. The boxes we received were fine. It was the contents that were messed up. It wasn't the box. It wasn't shipping.
See, and that's the thing. I wonder, because I've got a buddy, and I don't know if you guys have checked him out, but my buddy Jeremy, Cosmic Toys, if you haven't checked him out, you should.
Yes.
He hasn't actually put out anything for a while, actually. He's kind of been MIA, but he is legendary, dude, for getting just beat up pops. And I'm not talking about subscription boxes. I'm talking about, like, every pop that he orders online, dude. And it's like, he texted me last week, and he's like, I can't make this shit up, right? Was his text. And he sent me a picture of his box, and it came in, the actual box, the whole, like, shipping box, was moldy, dude. Moldy, okay? Right? So he opens the box, sends me another picture of the box open, and the pops were, like, soaking wet and, like, pushed in and just molded up, like. So, and I was like, man, your mailman hates you. Like, that's the only way I could. Right? I mean,
because every single one that I've seen of him, from Amazon to Hot Topic, every one of his boxes are like, just
dude,
crap.
I told him to play it up because it's like, that's on something else, dude. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, your mailman literally hates you. Because how does that even happen? But those boxes outwardly look bad. Like, you can tell when you first get the box, like, oh, the box is beat up, the pop's going to look like shit. But for that pop in your box to be crushed like that and nothing else to be damaged, that's straight up somebody that works in the company that's just pissed, dude. Like,
Johnny, on your Marvel Collector's Core, was your box the box? I could show you my box.
My outer box was fine. My inner box was like creased and a little torn. The actual pop itself had like a bunch of like paint flaws though, and I never noticed that stuff, but it jumped right out at me when I saw it there.
Well, here's how bad it got though, Grump, and I think you would enjoy this little tale. There was actually somebody that told me that their miniature Ant-Man was in the head of the unmasked Ant-Man.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Impossible. And I've actually heard that people got their boxes. I want to say Spider Geek heard somebody, or I don't remember if it was his or what, but that the actual little mini one was not anywhere in the box. It was gone. It wasn't even there.
Oh, no. I would have cussed through that whole unboxing.
Right? So, I mean,
Right through it.
that's something that's at the actual spot that they're packaging these things, because that's.
And then at that point, you got to take responsibility for that, but they didn't. They completely blamed everything on shipping.
Yeah, that's.
And then there's this like whole like 2 or 3 month thing where you get this ticket number, and then they try to get you back what's if, but you got to take pictures of it and send it to them so they believe it's real. And I mean, it's just a whole huge thing.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and get us set up to do our next giveaway.
Yes, Jay, you cannot win this.
Yeah,
Jay,
he's
you
out.
You're out.
I have this one is for the one that we mentioned on the actual event page itself. So this is for a $50 gift certificate by the form of code that'll be sent to you for Collectible Geek. So if you don't know Collectible Geek, they are a mystery subscription box company, or it's a mystery box company. You don't have to subscribe. You can choose each one or whatever, whichever month you like the theme for. They have regular caches. They have a deluxe cache, which has a whole bunch more tons of stuff in there. I have plenty of unboxings of them. But they were gracious enough to offer us a $50 gift code. And to enter, you had to have left a question on the event page and be present in the chat when we draw the winner. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the winner. I have a random circly thing that it does. And once I announce it, we will see if you are on the chat. So
Hey, my comment counts.
your comment absolutely does not count.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
Sorry. Gotta be fair. Okay, let's go. Click to spin.
Oh shoot, Grumpy's not winning either.
Come on, let's do it. Who did it? Who did it?
Antonio Alejandro Contreras.
Woo!
Nice.
Antonio. I don't know the last part, but
Antonio Alejandro Contreras. Well, I can't say that right now.
Contreras.
Contreras. Are you on?
Antonio, are you there? Let's do it.
You gotta be there, Antonio, or we gotta.
Oh, I still got a
I
shot.
haven't seen him on here. Let's see.
I haven't seen him either.
Uh-oh.
Big money, Brian.
Well, that...
Antonio. Oh, wait, there's also a lag. So, let's give it a second.
That is a big cup, Johnny.
And just filled with beer. Thank you.
That's a big cup.
Oh, it's
Is
Ninja
that
Turtles. That's it.
Comicast? Oh, Antonio's
Yeah.
from Comicast, right?
Oh, cool.
Epic's in. Yeah, he's in here.
Okay.
Or they're in here.
Woohoo!
I was going to say, I know the name somewhere. Okay.
Nice.
That's right. That's Epic Comicast.
Oh, yeah, he's like, yes, that's me. Yes, I am here.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay, so Antonio also
Awesome.
has an awesome channel. If you haven't gone and checked it out, it's Epic Comicast. Awesome channel.
Him and his sister, and they do like a whole bunch of different things. They actually just got done with a bunch of San Diego Comic-Con stuff, so yeah, really awesome. Check that channel out, guys.
Hilarious story about Epic Comicast, and they probably won't like this. When I first caught their videos, like I don't even, I think that somebody mentioned, I think maybe, Rusty, I think maybe you mentioned them. And you're like, oh, you should check out this channel. So I checked out
Yeah, I
the
think it
channel.
probably was me. Yeah.
And I was like, man, his girlfriend's kind of mean to him.
I did the same thing. Johnny. I told Stacy, I said, I saw these two, and they have to be boyfriend and girlfriend because she is like dogging him. And
I
then,
was like, wow, she is so rude to him. I was like, she treats him like he's her brother or something. It was hilarious. Yeah.
and now you get the dynamic between them, and
Oh,
it's
it's
hilarious.
fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm that way with my sister, but like I once I put two together, I was like, oh, I felt stupid now and a little creepy, but it was hilarious. So.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm stupid and creepy too.
You're very creepy.
You are. I agree.
You're a creep. You're a
Okay, awesome. Okay. Oh, he goes by Tony. That's it. Okay, so Tony, I'll connect with you and get you the code, so you are all set. Congratulations. That's awesome. And
Nice.
a big thank you
Yes, Tony.
for that. So very, very cool. Oh, I think that the lag just caught up, and he said, "Wow." Yeah, my sister's annoying. No, it was just hilarious. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our list here and see what questions we have, because I really want to get to everybody's questions they left, because they left some really great ones.
Let's do it.
That's kind of weird.
Hey, I'm legit. I killed that. Go back up.
Let's see. So here's one that I think we'll end up getting to by the end of it, but we'll go ahead and jump into it now, because we've been talking about a lot of boxes. We've been here for a while now. And Grump, I know you're not getting boxes right now, but maybe you have one that you're excited about. But what is your favorite box that's out there right now? And what are like the favorite items you've received?
So for me, the only one that I've got, so I've gotten Loot Crate, I got some 1-Up box, and then I got that F box. I was telling you that one F box, and the F box to me was the best one yet. It's, you know, again, something that I didn't even like. I'm not really a huge Game of Thrones fan. I started to watch it, and then I lost my HBO and whatever. So the point is, though, that box is something that I didn't even like, right? Like, I don't even like the theme, and everything in it was awesome.
Yeah. I'll watch that one.
I got an exclusive pop, or not an exclusive, but like a hard to find pop. I think it was that
You got that Grey Wind, right?
Yeah, dude, and like I've never seen that anywhere, and it's actually worth a decent amount of money. It's really cool. I got some minis, which I had already found some, but there was a couple. I think they were like the second series or something that weren't even really out yet. I hadn't seen them out, and I got that. I can't remember what else I got out of it, but it was a solid box, and that's what started making me realize that maybe, exclusivity is a good thing in the boxes, as far as not putting out hundreds of thousands of them or however many they do. So F-Box for me, and the only problem with it is that it's such a itch to get now, dude. Like, they post the link, and my wife or I will go straight on there right that second and get all our stuff, and it's gone. And it's like, it's so frustrating, but it makes it cool because if you do score it, you don't even care what the theme is. You're like, you don't even care. I got an F-Box, whatever. Like, I don't even give a shit. So
there's people
that's the best one.
Guaranteed F-Box has like caused divorces, broke
for real, dude.
Screens.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
We go and look at it. There's one time I caught the box and it was up for like 20 minutes, and I was looking at, and I looked at her. I was like, "Can I get it?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Man!" Went back to look at it again, and I've never seen another box ever.
I've gotten a couple of them, but I am very picky with my themes that I get into. So there's some that I just don't choose. And surprisingly, I won one of their special ones with the Walking Dead theme, of course. So go figure, right? So, but there was some pretty cool stuff in there. Like, there were a few things that I kept specifically from there. They had one of those 9-inch like mini style walkers, and that was really, really cool.
See, I'm not even into that, and I would like that. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Xbox to me is the best. What about you, Russ?
I'm probably gonna go generic with it, and not because I'm gonna go with the first Marvel Collector's Corps, but not because of the Hulkbuster. That box hit on every single criteria that I look for in a box. I didn't feel, honestly, I mean, I know that there was filler in it, but I didn't feel that most of it was filler. Like the little Dorbs, I don't really like the Dorbs line as a whole. I know Johnny does. Johnny likes the Dorbs, right, Johnny?
I don't like the price point.
No,
but I like
you like the Dorbs.
I love
yeah, you think they're cute, but I liked the exclusivity of the Ultron Dorb. And none of it to me felt like filler. And I mean, even and this is across the board. Most people loved that box. I mean, I think even if I'm not mistaken, Beardy gave it like a 10 out of 10.
Yes, he did.
It's an amazing, amazing box. And the thing about it is I feel like they felt like they had to come, or maybe they didn't. Maybe it's like what Johnny said, their box was so amazing for that first box that they've kind of phoned it in the second one. But I mean, you could also see it as they just couldn't live up to that 10. You know what I mean? It was I mean, everything about that box was on point, 10 all the way through. So that's my favorite. Favorite thing in a box. I'll go with my Joker Batman.
Yeah, dude, that thing is awesome. I love that.
That's my favorite because that was my first pop from a box. My first pop was the metallic Magneto from Hot Topic, but that was my first pop in a box. So yes, that would be my favorite. John.
My favorites are typically all horror. So I already mentioned before my favorite is the Cryptocurium Parcel of Terror. But the horror boxes for me, Box of Dread, Horror D'oeuvres, Horror Block, I think that because it is a more niche market, they try harder and it hits closer to home for me. So the geek boxes in general, I think, have such a broad width to go from. There's sci-fi, and fantasy, and superheroes, and comics, and all that kind of stuff. So it really is like I get like handmade stuff from Horror D'oeuvres, and that amazes me. And like Box of Dread, they put in awesome, like they've been doing this whole series of the Reanimator comics, and they put in like something that I think that a lot of people would say is, you know, that they wouldn't care for, but they put in Dr. Herbert West's doctorate degree, and if you watch Reanimator, you know that's like his doctorate and you know who the character is, and that's super awesome for me. So it's things like that that I really love, but they have to try a lot harder to hit the mark because they know their fans know exactly what they're looking for. Because there's a lot of people who love Spider-Man or whatever it is, or who love Star Wars.
Yeah.
But for the horror, it's very specific. So even like Horror Block, I've loved them since day one because they include Rue Morgue, which is a great horror magazine. They have awesome T-shirts, things like that. But as far as the ungeeky things, I've loved Collectible Geek the entire time. I am so excited about Super Geek Box. They are coming out of the gate like fire. It's amazing.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're doing great. I guess some of my favorite items that I've received, there's a lot of them, but I did love the Joker Batman. I had a lot of paintballs, but I love that. I loved the glow-in-the-dark Groot even more.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
The Batman Q-Pop that just came out was amazing. Damn it! I'm sorry, Unboxing Rocks. It just happens. Don't watch a video on subscription boxes and don't want spoilers. I'm sorry.
Oh, what a jerk. You just spoiled it.
I know, I'm the worst.
By the way, Q-Pops are amazing, and that company, I think it's like Quantitative or something like that. That company is going to be huge. They're going to come out with some crazy stuff.
I like the stand that they came on. Like it's like a whole thing. It's not just a little.
This is like diorama. It's beautiful.
Right.
It's
I
a
really like
statue.
it.
It's a statue.
Yeah.
You can see it as a vinyl if you would like, but it's a statue. It's something to put up on a shelf for people to see, and that's what I like.
I got that Lee Howard Hellraiser print from Horror Block was amazing.
Yeah.
I love my Gremlins koozie from Box of Dread, things like that. But one of the most epic items ever, I just got from Z-Box. I don't know if a lot of people have tried Z-Box. It's from the UK.
Deadbox and Z-Box, yeah, from the UK.
Yeah. It's from Zavvi.com. And the only reason I was willing to try them was because their shipping is only like £1 to the US. So I don't know how they do that and no other UK box can. But £1 to the US shipping is awesome. It ends up being cheaper than US shipping to a US address. But they put in a Judge Dredd badge. And that thing is legit. It's made of legit metal. It's heavy. It's heavy duty. That thing is awesome. I absolutely love it.
And Johnny, just to speak on the horror stuff, I started watching your channel, and the first one that I watched was you doing one of the horror blocks, and you actually have me extremely interested in getting all the horror side of the boxes. Yeah, because I grew up. I was 3 years old watching Freddy and Jason and all that. So I mean, I love that. I mean, I don't think you should be 3 watching that.
Yeah,
but
I think I was, and I
loved it. Candyman scared me to my core.
My God, don't even get me started. That movie's terrifying.
Dude, I literally probably didn't wash for a month because I was scared of the mirror in the bathroom. So yeah, I love that, man. Love that stuff.
So
all the mirrors in the house too. We put like blankets up on it, John. It was crazy.
Really?
Yes, dude. I was like scared. Man, I was scared.
So I got a question for Johnny.
Yes.
So, out of all the stuff that you collect, I mean, I see your giant Mikey in the background there and all that stuff. Do you I know you got pops and minis and stuff like that. Like, what's your thing? Like, what's your favorite thing that you collect right now?
I would love to have a thing because it would make my budgeting much easier. I think I have too many. So my main thing though has typically been movies. I am in the process of moving right now, and I have 6 boxes that are probably 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, full of DVDs. I have well over 2,000, and it's insane. Moving those is a nightmare. But I am a huge just cinephile. I absorb all of that and I love it. But figures, it's really about figures for me outside of that. I love figures, so that's why Funko fits in well there. The mystery minis fit in well there. I'm a huge fan of McFarlane, and especially when they were doing like the movie series and stuff like that. But it's really all mostly figural. I don't necessarily subscribe to one brand, but it's just more about what I like. Yeah.
So I have a lot of McFarlane stuff, and I don't know if you're into it, but NECA is
Oh,
absolutely destroying McFarlane now, dude.
NECA's amazing. They have been
Not
doing
even
so much
close.
stuff.
It's not even close anymore. And I used to be big on McFarlane. I have a bunch of football stuff on my wall, Raider McFarlane figures. But I've got tubs and tubs and tubs of McFarlane sports figures, basketball, football, whatever. And then I have a whole bunch of horror ones as well that I opened like
Yeah.
back in the day. But these NECA, the new NECA ones are just, dude, it's not even close. I mean,
Right.
No. Yeah.
destroying them, dude.
And
Well,
that's why the price point's where it's at too, for the NECA.
But they're only like $20, dude, for NECA stuff. Like $22 for the Predator I got. Actually, it's over on my shelf right now. It blows my other Predator away. My old one was an old McFarlane one, but this
Yeah.
new one is just like, it was just crushing it. It was like $22. I mean, that's not bad. It's unbelievable, dude. Mm-hmm.
Well, do they have different levels? Because I know I've seen some on like Entertainment Earth or whatever. The NECA figures are like at $50, $59. Some of them. Is there like different?
Yeah, it's like stuff that they don't make anymore, or like bigger ones probably. They even have like 18-inch Marvel ones because of the licensing thing, and those are like $200 or whatever. But so that's another question though, as far as subscription boxes go. Like I've seen what are those, the reaction figures that you like, Johnny, but like I've never really seen any of like figures, McFarlane or NECA or any of that kind of stuff in any.
Very rare, yeah.
So why do you think that is?
Those.
Well,
I mean,
it costs the company for the. I mean, that's a higher quality item. I've seen one unboxing, and I know I keep going back to it, but it's just because he gets so many boxes. But Beardy Nerd got an anime One Piece. I don't know if y'all are like big anime guys, but there's an anime called One Piece. And last month, in one of the Japanese boxes that he gets, he got a legit like 12-inch, 14-inch statue.
nice.
And that's the only one that I've seen out of the hundreds and probably thousands of unboxings that I've watched.
Yeah, I wonder why that is though. Like, why aren't those big companies like that getting on board with that? I mean, there's got to be a reason.
Yeah, it's price point. I mean, I think at that point is these companies can't afford to do that, and if they wanted to, it'd make the majority of the box, and they just haven't gotten to that point. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can understand the
and some of
Japanese
companies
box.
like NECA has such the cachet that they don't. And I don't want to say that Funko needs to, but NECA has a cachet where they don't need to go to subscription boxes to post their products. Now, Funko has become synonymous with mystery subscription boxes, and it helps to sell a lot of their business, and it helps to create a lot of that allure. So I think it's just two different levels of companies. I mean, there's no one that's going to say Funko quality is on par with NECA. NECA is its own
Right.
world. They're pushing their own product.
Funko's stepping their game up, but they're definitely nowhere near that type of.
But they're not even. Yeah, but they're not trying to be in that level. I mean, it's a completely different genre. But you know what's funny? I was gonna ask you guys, and I almost forgot. Have you had friends of yours, or people even that don't know what Funko Pops are, ask you, so are these like Beanie Babies?
I hear that all the time, and I say yes.
It pisses me off though, because here's the thing: the difference is Beanie Babies. I'm old enough to remember that whole craze. It was ridiculous, dude. But those shits were like, there was no rhyme or reason to it. Okay, it was just a bunch of random ass animals, and that's it. And I think the difference with Funko and Beanie Babies is that Funko has so many licenses, and they're gaining so many licenses every year that I'm not saying it's gonna be forever, but I don't think it's gonna die as super hard as Beanie Babies did, right? I mean, come on, dude. There's no way.
No. And they're constantly. I mean, you've seen what this past year they've dropped of because Funko is in collaboration with Vinyl Sugar, so they have the Vinyl Idols, they have the Vinyl Vixens, they have the Dorbs line, so they're coming out with more stuff. So yeah, I get people like even my brother. I have a twin brother. I don't know if some people know, but he walked into my room and he was like, "Bruh, you're like 31 and you're playing with toys." And and I was like, they're not toys. We don't play with them. They stay in the box. You just look at them. And he was like, what? You're psycho. What's wrong with you? And now he's starting to collect Funko Pops. So, I mean, you can win them over. But, yeah, I have a bunch of people like, what are you doing with your life? You're like, man, come on. But I don't think I've had the Beanie Baby thing. I might kick somebody in the shin if they say anything about a Beanie Baby.
Dude, I've heard it so many times. Not like in a derogatory way, though. Like, people just don't get it, and so they're like, oh, so like they're like Beanie Babies.
No, I get it.
Fad. You know, and it's like, no, they're not a fucking fad, you asshole. I love them.
I do think that the Pops will have a little bit more longevity, but I do not believe they are going to maintain the value that a lot of people assume they will.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, a few, maybe like the Freddy Funkos that you can only get at Comic-Cons and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, and I don't collect them for that anyway. Like, I don't really care. I've never sold one, and I've never even thought of it. But like I said, the licensing is crazy. I mean, dude, what other company has that amount of licensing? That's insane, dude.
Yeah, they have a ridiculous amount of licenses. And he's talking about, I think he did an interview with Hot Topic when they were coming out with the Pop Tees, where he told them that they were looking to get like that many more this next year.
No, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how I think they're going to keep their longevity, though, because anything that's, like, big at the time or whatever, they're going to grab that license, dude. So, it's smart on their part. I mean, what were the ones that we just saw that were coming out? I think Johnny was talking about it. I forget what it was, but something, well, one of my favorite movies of all time.
The Exorcist? Regan from The Exorcist?
Dude, I saw that. But no, I was talking about Fifth Element. Like, that's
awesome.
Yeah, Fifth Element's it.
It's just like nonstop, dude. Like just grabbing licenses. The Exorcist looks amazing, though.
But it's not just from one genre. I mean, they have all these genres. They're grabbing like the best games, the best movies,
right.
the best everything. I mean, those. I don't think I've seen a lot or this many people get crazy about the pop games side of things as they are with this Batman the Arkham Knight series that's coming out. We haven't even seen real pictures of them yet, and they were supposed to already come out like a week ago, and now they pushed them back to September. But we haven't even seen actual pictures yet. We just seen the little drawings.
Yeah, but the Scarecrow, dude, ooh,
it looks good. It looks cool.
Dude, it looks so badass. I can't even get over it, man.
He looks amazing. He looks like, I mean, he's one of the creepier ones that I've seen.
Hell yeah, dude.
Everything about him is nasty. But,
No,
I mean,
awesome.
The quality on those, if they do that right, I mean, that's how you stay in the game. That's how you keep relevant, is you get those relevant titles, those relevant things that people are all going crazy about, and then you just make them amazing. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, even the Fallout Pops are fantastic, dude. Like, they look sick.
Well, you think that Skyrim one I showed you?
Dude, that thing, unbelievable. You know what's funny, though, is, like, out of all that stuff and all these, like, new detail pops like Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket and Fallout and all that shit, my favorite pop, dude, and it's so weird, but I'm going to grab it right now. It's right here. It's within arm's reach. This is my favorite pop, and I don't know why, but...
Oh, really? Interesting.
Dude, she's so cute. It's adorable. I don't know what it is. Plus, she's a badass, but...
Yeah, it's deceiving. She's super cute, but then she'll slice your head off.
Right.
So,
and I don't know what it is about this pop, but this pop right here, like, she's dinky, and it kind of fits the whole, like it's the style of Funko Pops. Like, I don't know what it is, but this is, like, probably my favorite pop, dude. And
I love my Go-Go Jabari with the bleeding eyes. That thing's amazing.
If you find that for me, Johnny, I don't even know what. Because I cannot find it.
Me, and I will find it. There we go.
let me bring something just up to you guys to see what you think, because I was recently brought into another world of Funko that I knew nothing about, and I'm completely obsessed with now, and I don't know why.
Oh, the blocks!
Yes, I don't know why it did not go farther, or why they have some, oh, come on, Grump. They have some blocks that they have on the back of the boxes that they never even came out with. Superman, that type of blocks, they never even came out with. They just shut it down.
Yeah, because it's weak as shit. I don't like them, dude. Look it. I will.
So cool looking.
Okay, I'm gonna take a piece of styrofoam, all right, and I'm gonna.
It is not styrofoam.
I'm gonna trace some shit on it, and I'm gonna color it with color pencils or crayons, and I'm gonna send it to you, dude. And that's how it's gonna look. I mean, I get it, dude. Like, whatever. It's kind of different. It's something. No, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I know you're looking for one right now.
Yep. There you go. Look what you did.
I just don't get it. They look like cardboard cutouts of Funko Pops.
What? Come on, brother. Look at that. That is sick.
No, it's not.
Dude.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna send one of these to you to make you believe. When you get one of these in your hand, they're actually super detailed, dude. They got like everything is 3-dimensional and pops off. I'm gonna sit right here. He's gonna sit right here the whole time.
Dude, that is 2-dimensional right there. No.
So maybe the Joker's not the best example because that one doesn't thrill me, but the cereal monsters look amazing. The Martian.
Oh, well.
Okay, they're kind of cute, but they're still like they just look like cardboard cutouts to me. I don't know.
Well, that's part of it.
There again, you can't buy everybody good taste. So.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't need any more addictions. Okay, the minis, I've actually eased up on the minis. I haven't been buying any until the Supernatural ones come out, but I haven't bought any minis for a while. I'm gonna stick to Funko Pops, and that's it. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Well, Johnny saw those
the Garbage Pail Kids minis though.
Dude, those things are gigantic. Oh my God, they're huge.
Johnny, I'm so hating on you right now, brother, because I want everything. I want all of them. Like,
you really should. These things are unbelievable. Oh my God! Look at this. Look, it's the size of my head practically.
You know what? Those are the same size as like the what's the other company that makes those big ass vinyls? That are
Loyal Subjects.
No, the ones that are. I got some. Where are they? Like they make like Alien and
Titan.
Yes. Those are giant too, dude. Like those are big ass minis, but they're like $12 each. So no.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the Loyal Subjects line. Their line is amazing. Loyal Subjects with their Power Rangers, their Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, those turtles are sick.
They are amazing, but their price point is literally like at GameStop is almost $15.
No, I couldn't do it. Why? No way.
Especially when you don't know which one you're getting. Yeah.
No, exactly. That's not like those Garbage Pail Kids though. Those are on par with the same size with those things. Like that's crazy.
Well, with the Loyal Subjects
style where the body's kind of nondescript, but the heads are super detailed.
Yeah. Right. With the Loyal Subjects, you do know what you're getting because they're actually windowed.
Oh, so they are?
Oh, the GameStop ones, yeah.
Yeah, so, so they have different ones where you don't know what you're getting?
Absolutely, yep. If you go to, like, the Power Rangers, the Ninja Turtles, the Hot Topic, they're all blind boxes.
Yeah, that's the ones I've seen. Yeah, $13.
So GameStop has them, like, open. Wow.
So to me, so far, like, the way that Funko is moving their direction of minis, so I think the first ones that they really started kind of getting crazy was the Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Which Johnny got a bunch of.
Oh, my God, those are amazing.
How sick are those, right? And then the Garbage Pail Kids are freaking even bigger than that. But, like, this mini right here, I'm not kidding, dude. This right here is, like, this is unbelievable. Look how big that thing is, dude.
Beautiful. Oh, my God, it's so good.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. It's humongous, and it's detailed. And, like, if they stick to that and keep the same price point, you can't really beat that. That's worth it.
I feel kind of left out because I'm one of 3 that don't have any of those. Y'all both have the whole set.
I know.
I don't have any.
What?
Here's a Storm. I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, I don't know what that is, and Johnny's like, yeah, it's so amazing, it's huge, and I'm like,
dude. So it seems like it does seem like case-wise, Funko is going in that direction where if you buy a whole case of the minis, you're getting all of them, dude. Which is
great.
It started with the Disney you know the Disney Heroes versus Villains. That's the first.
I think you were the first one to show that I saw at least when you did that. Thing. Yeah, I was like, wait, you got the full set in that thing? That's amazing!
Right.
When you did the Heroes versus Villains and did the Heroes of Storm or whatever, inside I was like, I can't stand him. And then, but I was thinking like, oh my God, like those are amazing. And how did he get them? And why not me? I'm always like that. Why not me?
But that's got to be a new thing because I bought plenty of cases and got doubles and all that stuff. So that must be. And I think it seems like it's the ones that are like just 12. So if there's not and stuff, you know.
Which they've been doing more recently, though. Even before this, recently, like I feel like that whole 1 of 12 thing is a brand new wrinkle to it all. Like before that, they were doing lots of different rarities and stuff like that.
1 of 24, 1 of 72.
Right.
But not only that, their boxes, they were actually coming out with cases that were 24 instead of 12.
Right. Exactly.
So there again, you were gonna, in some way or fashion, you were getting duplicates no matter what because there wasn't 24 characters in the set. But yeah, we did the whole unboxing of the Inside Out, the full case, and we got every single one across the board too.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah. No,
I know that we've been on for a while now. I want to try and knock through some more of these questions that we've had that popped up.
Yes.
Bill Davis asked. Best subscription box. Best subscription box for building a pop collection on a budget. Ooh. Now, I have a very specific answer for this that is probably not the one that he is looking for.
I do too. I mean, based on watching YouTube and stuff like that, I would say Marvel Collector Core, but I don't know.
I had one that I could give him, but sadly, it is not in rotation anymore. But the best subscription box, hands down, that you could get for Pops was Pop Fun Box. It was.
Oh, I remember that.
It was amazing, and unfortunately, I found it when we were only 2 boxes in, and then he sent out the email saying that it just wasn't working, and he the way things were going that they wouldn't be able to do that box anymore. But literally, I mean, you have other boxes, but Pop in a Box is UK. They're starting something over here.
The one that I would have mentioned, that's specifically it.
But they're supposed to be starting something over here that is US based, but they haven't got there yet, so that's not really going to help. But unfortunately, the best subscription box for getting Pops is no subscription box. You take that money and go get the Pops.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying.
Pop collection. Don't buy boxes. That's it.
No. If they say that they are Funko based, or like it's going to be completely Funko based, it has to be that. And Pop Fun Box was literally 2 Pops, a mystery mini, or one of the vinyl Vixens or something like that. There was no filler, and that's why he sort of kind of fell off towards the end because he was putting so much into the box. That's why people loved it so much, was because it was completely full of Funko. There was no filler. Nothing.
What about that one? You guys seen Hello Kitsies? She opens a bunch of.
That's Pop in a Box, and that's.
Okay, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So it's UK only, though, right?
UK only, though. I would love to do that. You put in your list of what Pops you have, what ones you don't like, what ones you do like, and they just send you mystery Pops. That would be so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you're guaranteed not to have duplicates. And if you do get a duplicate, it's your fault because you just didn't put it in there. So yeah, that's amazing. But it just costs so much for them to ship it to you.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean.
So I mean, again, I'm like Johnny. I don't know why that £1 for the other one's not working, but every other subscription box from the UK just cost an arm and a leg to get.
Not worth it at that point. Yeah.
You're paying like $40 or something like that. Crazy.
Yeah. We got some more questions or what, Johnny?
Yep. Alicia DeLaura asks, which box has the best themes and actually sticks to them?
Ooh.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say I heard some laughing because we're gonna agree on that one. Me, you. None. I would say 0. None. Because look, let's talk about themes though for a minute, okay? We can spin themes any way we want them, right? After like 25 themes, where are you gonna go with it? Where are you gonna go with it? I mean, honestly, okay, heroes. Let's do superheroes. Let's do villains. Let's do super villains. Let's do horror. Let's do. I mean, honestly.
Let's do heroes too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, and it's not a knock on the companies that are doing the themes. I get it. Science fiction, space, whatever. Eventually, you're going to run out of themes, man. That's it.
Oh,
Like, you're
sure.
gonna run out of themes. So, my answer would be none. It would be none. That's my
I
answer.
don't get too caught up in the themes because of that reason. It's
Right.
just, because like I think back to Beardy, I think he said like when they said like heroes, it's like literally the most generic theme you could do for
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Everybody has heroes, right? Or like fear, or like monsters, like everything has that. What I would say is, and I really like this company, is Collectible Geek. I think tries to do a little bit more of a specific theme when they
Right.
do it. Like this month specifically, I was super impressed because they did Time Machine, and they also went with things that were a little bit more off the beaten path, like Bill and Ted and Army of
Yeah.
Darkness.
That's cool, bro.
That's really cool because they actually put thought into the theme.
I was going crazy with you, Johnny, on that one. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. As opposed to things that are just like, too generalized, something like that. So that's what I kind of look at it as. But as far as the theme is concerned, I just don't get. I'm sorry, bugging you. I just don't get too caught up in it for that. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, and that's the thing is for a lot of people to realize is not every company does themes. So, and again, I'm speaking specifically on like the horror type boxes, but like Box of Dread and Horror Block, for example, will talk about topics or brands that they're going to have items from in their boxes, but that doesn't mean that it's a themed box around those. That's just an item that they may include from. So that's the only things I was going to mention on that.
The subscription boxes just need to not have a theme. Then you're not expecting anything crazy.
Really?
But I mean,
That's impossible. Then you're just gonna get a box full of plushy mustaches.
hey, but look, they didn't say Comic-Con, did it? No. If the theme was let's see if we can have plushy hair, then I'm down for the plushy mustaches. But no, let's see, best box who sticks to themes. I'm kind of with Grump on that one. A lot of them, it's kind of random.
Buddy, you want to agree. It's no one. No one. You can't.
Well, I mean, there's specific boxes that do. I mean, I hate to keep going back to it, but I mean, Marvel Collector Corps, they stick to a theme. Their theme is Avengers. True. They had Avengers. Their theme was Ant-Man. It was straight Ant-Man all the way through, no matter what it was. Yeah. So I mean, when it comes to theme, yeah, they're good.
That's about it.
I mean, because
that's directly sticking to the theme too. It's not like, I mean, dude, that's Ant-Man. That's it.
Everything. So I mean, you can't fault them for that. They give you a theme. You're not expecting like some kind of random comic. Now,
right.
A number 5, but it still was Ant-Man. So there. But yeah, Marvel Collector's Corps. I mean, if you're a novice to the whole subscription box thing, and you're looking for a box that's going to give you like a super bang for your buck, it's $25 every 2 months, and you get literally the Hulkbuster and the Unmasked Ant-Man on Pop Price Guide are $35 and $45. So that right there has paid for your box. If you decided to sell everything like Johnny did with the Unmasked Ant-Man,
I bought my box back off eBay. Yep, that worked out well.
So you did?
Oh yeah, I sold the shirt, the pop, and the comic, and paid for the box.
Yeah. So easily you'll pay for the box with that box there. So that is like the number one I would suggest to somebody, because if you don't like it, if you do like it, no matter what, you're still getting your money's worth out of it, double, easily.
So that brings me to a point, because I think we're going to try and get to the point we're going to wrap this together, because we've been going for about 2 hours now. We've answered the majority of the questions. And I think that a lot of people would be interested to hear, now that you've said the box that you would direct people to, what box would you say just don't go to at all? Or what box don't you go to at all?
Woo!
Everybody wants to know
Rick-
that, right?
I know
Am I
Rick
wrong?
Ash's answer on this one.
Like if you sat here watching us like talk for 2 hours, you're waiting to hear what we're gonna say is like this sucks. I mean, I can only imagine, right?
Right.
Who's going first? Go ahead, Grump. You're the special guest. What would you don't get many boxes, but out of the boxes you've seen, what would you say would be the box that you would probably like burn out the middle of the street or something? I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know if I would burn it, but to me, because it sucks for them because they were my first little toe dip into the whole thing. But I would say Loot Crate, and I know Johnny's gonna kill me for that. But
Send me yours instead of burning it. I'll be fine with that.
and it's not that I think they're bad or anything like that. It's just for me, my first 3 boxes, I just didn't feel good about it. So, and I've watched Loot Crate since then, and I've seen 1 or 2 things out of the box, out of every single box that I was like, it's kind of cool. But nothing to me was solid. So for me, as far if we're talking the major boxes, then I'm gonna say Loot Crate as far as the major boxes go. And then after that, I would say if we're going for good boxes, I'm gonna stay to like 1UP box or F box or obviously Marvel. But yeah, for me, out of the major ones, it would be Loot Crate. No thanks. That's my opinion.
I'll go. I don't agree with Loot Crate because at least Loot Crate has had some really amazing boxes. So in that respect, I can't say it's the best because I've had some horrible boxes.
That's what I'm saying.
As have I. I didn't like them, but that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I can say that the one box I would have said was my worst box. Don't ever touch. You can't touch anyway because they only had one, and that was the GameStop bought drop. They gave you your 2 socks, your 2 scribble knots, and a comic, and said, "Give me that money." And that was horrible. The socks had capes on them. It was amazing. But yeah, they only did one. It was in May, and they somehow just dropped off the face of the earth and never did another one.
Well, what about the big ones though? Like, what about the ones that are out there right now, the major guys? You gotta come on, you can't mail it in.
Don't worry, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There's been couples. I would not send you, and this is gonna be some fire. And it's not just because of the plushie mustache. But I wouldn't send you to Comic-Con box if somebody paid me to. There's in no way do you have 3 boxes and in your 3rd box you recycle pretty much everything from the first 2 boxes. There's no way no subscription box company would ever do that. Yet Comic-Con box did, and there was still people that was like, "This is the most amazing box ever," while they're wearing both of their plushie mustaches. Just saying.
So wait, what I'm gathering is that you don't like plushie mustaches?
I don't like Comic-Con box. They recycled it. And that aside, the funny stuff aside, they recycled items from just 3 boxes in, guys.
It's unacceptable. Definitely agree with you on that.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And I got a recycled print. Now, granted, it was signed. So, I mean, a lot of people are going to go, "Dude, you got it signed. You can't say nothing." It don't matter. I should have got that print the first box when it was in the first box signed, not in the 3rd box signed. And then if I was getting something signed in the 3rd box, it should have been one of the new prints, not an old print. So, yeah, that's mine. I'm going to just stand on top of the Comic-Con box and just jump up and down and have nightmares about beardy mustaches.
So, yeah, plushies aside, I would actually probably say Comic-Con box has been my biggest disappointment. And
Thank you.
And I've seen, just from their other unboxings, that it's just, like, I got the first one. The other 2 after that, I was just like, I just don't get it. A couple of other
notes. Go for the whole 3-month thing, Johnny?
No, I was glad to have done the one. Thank you. The other couple things I would have as notable mentions are somebody in the comments mentioned Booty Box or Booty Bin.
Yeah.
I need to find out about that.
It sounds exciting. Unboxings prove it is not. I have seen that. That is like the worst things I've ever seen. And and somehow they're just like limping along on their one dying leg. I don't know how they've continued to exist for this long. Otherwise, I have tried Geek Me Box a couple of times, and I don't think that they're bad. I just can't get into them. I feel like they're one of those smaller companies that are trying to find their way, and they're one that's like that T-shirt and a pop and the same thing every month, and it's because they're towards that $25 range that they have a hard time figuring out where they fit. So I have a tough time with them. The only other one I will mention, because a lot of people mention it to me, and I'm just not sold yet, is the TMNT box. Everybody mentions that one to me, and I've been very intrigued, but they don't seem to put much in the box, and what they are putting in is very generic stuff. And I feel like if you're going to be a box dedicated to one property, you've got to bring it. So there's that. And I just, for me personally, I'm not willing to try Geek Fuel because I think them adding a game code every month is a great niche for them, but that's not for me personally. But even outside of that, the items just seem weird for me to the most part. So,
yeah, I think they value most of those at like $40, but I mean that's kind of again, it's like a niche thing. You have to be like a Steam game player.
Right.
You know, you have to play Steam or have the Steam engine or whatever, and all that stuff. So yeah. That one's kind of one that I wouldn't jump on.
Hey, so before we go, real quick, I'm gonna ask you two because you guys are the box gurus. So, but I'm just saying, you guys both get more boxes obviously than I do. So Johnny, what would be your ultimate like box? Like what would you say that would be like, all right, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to put my money down every single month and get this box because this is what I love. Like what would they have to do? I know you're way positive about it as far as
sure.
Not expecting too much. But let's just say,
like ultimate perfect box, right?
Like monthly though. Like price-wise and content-wise, like what would you say would be your ultimate box?
I'd be looking at something 25 or less.
Okay.
I think that's the perfect price point. At that point, I'm not too worried. Something about going over $25 makes me feel like there's a whole lot of money involved in there.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. $20, that's a DVD. Okay, I'm good with that. That's a Blu-ray. Okay, fine. I spend that much on food in a day, whatever it is, right? So 20, 25 right there. I'm looking at it can't be, and this is part of what I like about Loot Crate is even if a lot of it's really small, there's a lot of items. I like a lot of items. I don't want to open a box and get 4 things. I was with Nerdblock for a very long time, and I wanted to save some money and cut back a little bit, but I was getting Nerdblock and Horror Block, so I just cut out Nerdblock. But that was more of an easy decision for me because it was like, I'm getting 4 items most of the time, you know? It's like 4 things. So I'm looking at like 6+ items. I love getting t-shirts, but I can forego t-shirts if there's 2 really big items in there. I'm looking for a figure at least. So like we got in the Loot Crate and now it looks like Unboxing Drox is gone. So Batman Q-Pop. So that's in there, right? That a Funko Pop would be great. I do not count Adorbs as the same price, even though they are the same price as a Funko Pop. I like getting a mystery mini of some sort, but I want to see something different. So no matter what I get, I want to get at least 1 or 2 items that I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I wasn't a big fan of the Fantasy Loot Crate, back to Loot Crate, that they just did recently. But they had an awesome Direwolf sigil USB drive. That was exclusive, that was custom. I thought that was really cool. Right. So the fact that that was in there, I was like, that's unique. That's different. That's something fun and exciting and entertaining. So I want to see something cool like that. The T1000 skull. Again, that's why I like Loot Crate. I may not like all of the items in there because they put a shit ton of stuff in there, but I like seeing the different pieces. So I think that, yeah, there you go. So I think that something unique and fun like that is cool. I personally, I am okay with filler as long as it's fun filler and I enjoy it. So if it works for me well, I think that's kind of what I'd be looking for is has to be some sort of a figural item that I can display, has to be something unique, exclusive I can't find anywhere else, sub $25, 6 to 7 items, key, either a t-shirt and a main item or 2 main items.
And see, and honestly, the way you describe that is total. I got you, dude. Like I'm right there with you. I'm serious. I'm right there with you, and I never felt like I got that. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm just.
Sure.
So
Ralph, no. What's your version of that?
Honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, there's actually 2 right now that are pretty close to that, and I think Johnny will agree with me on it. 1UP box and Super Geek box they're basically one and the same because they were 2 people. They didn't really get together on what they really wanted for the boxes, so one went and did Super Geek box and one stayed with 1UP box. And they're kind of similar in that they give a lot for the money, a huge bang for buck. This past, go ahead, Johnny.
Go ahead.
Okay, this past month with Super Geek Box, you got 8 items for $20 shipped. I mean, you cannot beat that nowhere. So yeah, I mean, under 25, I'm with Johnny. Under 25, you get like the most that you can get. And that was 8 items with a T-shirt, by the way. That was amazing. I don't know, Johnny, did you like the T-shirt?
Oh, I love the T-shirt.
The T-shirt is crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
something that I've seen that has done a double printing on a shirt, front and back.
Front and back, amazing. Yeah, and it looks like an old school Game Boy.
I saw that actually. I did see that. Yeah.
So that is probably one of the sickest shirts that I've seen so far. And it's not the heavy cotton like Gildan brand. It's like the soft cotton Toltex or whatever. So it was a better shirt. So I mean they're putting a shirt out there. They're giving you 8 items. You're getting huge bang for your buck. So if I were to make a box, I would make something similar to that. Filler's okay with me too, Johnny. I don't mind filler as long as it's within. If you're calling a theme, as long as it's within the theme.
Sure.
So I mean, don't say you're going to have a Jurassic item and have the little chomp dinosaur. I'm not even naming names, people. I'm just telling you.
We don't need to name names anymore. We know exactly who you're talking about.
Don't say if you're going to say there's going to be a Jurassic Park item or Jurassic World item in there, and you give me dollar store chomp dinosaur. I mean, it is.
So I will say I again in my quest to save money, sell my house, downsize, I have foregone 1UP box for Super Geek box. I think they are coming out much stronger, and from the sound of it, they went off and created their own thing because they wanted to do more of what 1UP box was originally. I think they're trying to do that, so that's pretty interesting.
And I have actually just had the conversation, and the video will be up live tonight. I say that exact same thing, that Super Geek box is winning. They're just doing it right. That box is for the money, amazing. I mean, I liked everything in it, and this is coming from the guy that'll go through it and pick everything apart. I liked everything.
That 1UP, the 1UP box, I only got one of them. Does it mean anything, or does it mean I'm just a whiner?
I think you're just a whiner. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think you're right.
Johnny, even the fact that Super Geek Box is doing this really cool thing with both the boxes is different.
I like that. Yeah, I think it's exciting.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. It's really unique, and I mean, there's not unique things in the box. We've seen the little wind-up toys that walk. We've seen that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the items in the box. It's the preparation, what they use to package it, is amazing. They're
No,
taking.
that's what I was talking about, Russ. That's what I mean. Like, I'm okay with getting a bunch of stuff that's maybe not super high end, but like presentation wise, you don't just throw me a you know, whatever that Spider-Man thing I was talking about earlier, like a air freshener, dude. Like, don't just throw that in there. You know what I mean? Like, just throw it in the box. Like show me something like that you actually put in some time with it, and I think that ultimately is what people want. Whether it's all awesome, worth a bunch of money, it's not about that. It's about looking at the box, opening it, feeling like somebody put some time and effort into the stuff that's in the box. You know what I mean? So, no, I agree with you guys, and I feel like you guys appreciate a lot more out of the boxes than I do.
It's something.
But I mean, I appreciate what goes into it. That's what makes me not appreciate it, though. Because some of the boxes I saw were like, just threw it in, you know?
I'll make you a not a dare, but I'll just make you like a bet here. If you get Super Geek Box this next month coming up, I'm going right now and buying me a Grumpy Nation t-shirt.
Excuse me, that's my money too.
I think I only got like 1 day left on my thing, dude. Let me see. I don't know.
That means I can still get one though, right?
Oh no.
I think so, yeah.
We kill two birds with one stone. I get me a sick Grumpy Nation t-shirt, and I bring you over to the dark side. I mean, come on.
All right.
Here's my affiliate link, and everybody's happy.
That's pretty good. All right, I might take that bet. I'm gonna take that.
Hey, Johnny, I think you got plenty of affiliate links. Check mine out in the description. There's all kinds of affiliate links down there too. But anyway, yeah, no, use Johnny's too. Everybody buy like 5 or 6 of everything in all affiliate links.
Yeah, for real.
Hello, that was a great question, though, Mike. Thank you for that.
Yes, it was.
All right. That's because I roll like that.
I like it.
You just bring this all together. I thought we was going to come in here and just demolish companies, and now we're all just like skipping, holding hands through lilies and stuff.
Rainbow, writing our rainbows and shit. I know, right? No, but like I told you guys before, it's not that I hate these companies. I'm just being real about what I like, and you know, F-Box and Marvel Collector Core to me are something that I can get behind because I feel like, you know, I'm spending my money and getting my money back.
Sure.
So, and you guys know way more about all the other stuff, you know, as far as all these other boxes. So I'm actually kind of happy that I sat here and listened to it because I don't even know about half the boxes you guys talked about. Honestly, I don't even know about it. So, you know, I might be down to check them out, but most likely I'll have the same outcome.
And that might be the case.
I'm just saying.
So, I think it's about that time we wrap all together.
Yep.
Anything else that y'all want to say to everybody?
Just thank you guys. Thank you for coming to. I mean, we've been looking to the side and seeing all these wonderful, amazing people that we talk to every day come and just hear us talk about the things that we like. Thank you. There's going to be a lot more to come. I know Johnny is so excited about this as well as I am. And this won't be the last time you see Grunt. We're going to have him come back on in with us, but we will have different ones every month. And right now it's just once a month. I mean, because Johnny is a very busy man.
He is.
But yeah. So, but yeah. Thank you guys. I mean, this is something that we were talking about for a while, and to have it come through like this, and the first one be this easy and just fluid, I dig it.
Me too, man. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for bringing me on, dude. That was
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Seriously, super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be doing these at least every month. I am indeed very, very busy. Sorry. My job keeps me pretty crazy, and selling my house is a nightmare. So there you go. Rusty, thank you so much for doing this with me. This is a blast.
Yes,
I'm so excited. For those of you that are asking, yes, we are going to continue again at least every month. Different guests. We'll be bringing people back. We'll have more information coming up. For those of you that have not joined, check out the UrAverageTechie Fun with Funko Facebook group so you can hear all about this. Rusty, say something.
Hey,
There we go. There's Stacy.
It's Your Average Techie geeking out with Funko and more, and it's amazing. And we love everybody. We talk to everybody every single second of the day. If you send me something, Jay said it the other night. He's like, dude, no matter what time I send a message, you always seem to answer me right back. He's like, you're so on top of that. And we try that. We honestly love talking with everybody, chatting with everybody, and we do that on our YouTube as well. And I know that Grumpy and Johnny do the same thing. I see them on all the time leaving messages and talking with people. And that's what this community, that's what this was for. This was to bring us all together to get us talking about the things that we like, but also just have like a real cool, chill vibe and no drama and all that stuff. You know, maybe we get upset about some plushy things, but we still like. Yeah, there we go. That's all. That's all I need. I don't care if I'm like crying on the sidelines. If Grump is laughing, that's awesome. And that's what this is about. That's why me and Johnny wanted to do this. So.
And huge thanks to Mike, Mr. Grump, for joining us. That was awesome. I was so excited to hear he was going to be able to do that. Huge fan of his channel, and he knows that, so we're not going to get into that. But I'm so happy to see how many people showed up, and all the live chat. Y'all seem to have a great time. What is this?
The hashtag.
Hashtag Grumpy Nation.
Now.
Oh!
Rustache. That's another hashtag, Rustache.
Hashtag Rustache. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Steven. Hashtag Rustache.
Alrighty, everybody, we're going to say good night. Thank y'all so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.